5. Getting close to the end of our Sunless Sea playthrough, I think, on this character, on Captain Duncan, citizen, adventurer of the Unterzee. Last time we did a couple things. Last time was kind of a boring episode. We basically just spent the whole time in Visage farming some secrets. I looked through all my notes while we were there to see if I could find something better to do for us, but it ended up being just like an hour or so of just getting secrets. So we got about 10 to 12 secrets there. We're up to 40 now, so we can complete our Song of the Z. We do need to get the Searing, or perhaps get the Dauntless. What is it called? The Dread Surmise. We can do that in London. I looked through some of the notes I had as well, so went to a wiki, which I don't normally do for this game, to see if there's other ways to get Dread Surmises. There is, as far as I know, one other way, but it involves Iron Republic, and we've already passed the point in time where it can be done. So as far as I know, there's no other way to get another Dread Surmise, which kind of makes sense. I guess I'm sort of coming to the understanding that like a Dread Surmise is basically something you use to end your playthrough, end your run, end your game. So you basically get to use one in most circumstances, and that's how you choose to win the game. So our ambition is to become London's most venerated explorer. I was trying to see if I had done this before. I think it ends up being tracked in these things down here. I don't have the one for this, so I haven't done it. So I think I've decided that I'm going to do it on this character. There are other ways to win the game. We're just not going to get to them, I don't think, because you can only do one. So I think we're just going to do this one, become London's most venerated explorer. Before we do that, we're going to try to finish some of our stories with the Tireless Mechanic. We probably won't finish the Carnelian XL story. I think, from what I understand, this actually leads to a different ending. So we probably won't get to do that. We also have the Determined Doctor. We could even just do this one. So I think it was kind of a bug, honestly. I'm not sure if it was intended that we were able to, because we rose the anarchists to prominence in London. It kicked out the Admiralty. Lo, thy dread empire, chaos is restored. Light dies before thy uncreating word. When we did this the first time originally in London, it kicked out the admiral and even the diplomat and stuff. So, and I think it reduced the London status back down to like, I don't know, whatever the starting status value is. But we were able to. We used all of our Admiralty's favor in London on like fuel and stuff. Just like I was thinking like, oh, we don't have any use for this anymore. May as well just use it. And then actually, when we went down to zero favor, it opened up the option to go turn in port reports again, which I was completely not expecting to happen. And when we went in there, we were actually able to talk to the admiral again as well, which allowed us to turn in some of our vital intelligences that had been just accumulating in our hold and stuff. Long story short, I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that, but if we want to, we can always talk to him about pursuing a worthy cause for once, because now we've actually raised London back up to significant, even though I don't think you're supposed to do this after the anarchists come to prominence. But again, it's not like when I'm in London, it's not like the town's not even that much change. Like the customs officers still like inspect your goods when you come into port. Like, is that really what would happen if an anarchy had taken over? Like, would there still be customs officers? Like, I don't know. Anyways, long story short, like I said, oh, well, okay. One other thing we did is we went south. I just wanted to see what would happen. We went south all the way. We got the touch of the south, the lace of the elder blood, or elder continent swimming your blood. And it also cost us all our crew, unfortunately. So it says our terror is going to increase faster. So we're just going to go straight back to London, and we're going to be going a little bit slowly, unfortunately, because we don't have a complement crew. So this first 10 minutes or so is going to be kind of slow because, well, we have a single crew member. Let's see how fast our terror. Okay, so it's going up by 2s. I went down by 1, and this is really slow. We're gonna avoid all combat because you can actually lose crew members in combat, so we're not gonna. Our hunger is basically not moving. Our fuel, man, fuel's going down. Where can we get more fuel? So can we have to get more fuel. Mangrove College. I don't think we'll can't get fuel there. Rosegate doesn't. Wait, actually, Rosegate does sell fuel, right? Rosegate sells fuel, but not supplies. Yeah, yeah. So we could go to Rosegate if we wanted to. Just making sure we're not going to get stranded in the middle of nowhere. Unfortunately, it curtailed what I wanted to do, which is do a bunch of things over here, but we can't really do anything with one crew. So the other thing we could do is we go to the Khan's Heart, but it's not really any closer than London. I think it's more expensive to get through there, so we gotta stay away from any enemies. So we're gonna stay away from these blue moss. In fact, are they getting closer to us? We need to we can't move very fast, so we need to. And we really cannot move fast. When I say we can't move fast, we really cannot move fast. Where are we at right here? I see. Terror's going up by 2 every tick, I see. So yeah, it is rising quite a bit faster. But we'll try to stay near the islands and stuff. We can go up along the shore here if we get to the shore. Fuel is still going down pretty quickly. Actually, a little bit surprised. And we're only going at speed 1 because we can only go on speed 1. But yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of objectives that I wanted to try to complete, but I wasn't really. Again, I haven't played this game in a while. I haven't looked at a lot of wikis, so like I was under the impression that I could complete more of them. But again, a lot of them involve having Undead Surmise. So like founding the colony in Acefall is one way to end the game, but to do so you have to have a Dread Surmise. So as far as I know, you can only get one Dread Surmise. So well, again, I talked about this earlier. There is a way to get a second one, but it involves some very specific gamification of how you interact with the Iron Republic, or at least you have to have foreknowledge of it. Kind of like you have to know. It costs like 9 Syrian Enigmas, which is like pretty hard to get. I mean, we don't even have 9 at this point in the game. We've been playing for 50 hours or something. Although we've used 1 or 2 for various stories. So like if you were a little more choosy, like perhaps I could have 9 at this point in the game. But even having 9, I would have had to have known not to advance time in we just need to make sure anything we do here doesn't involve losing mangrove. We can't do anything that could potentially lose a sailor. I'm not going to go into the Wispways. What is this S convert? Is that these things? Try this. Does this unpick the mysteries of the Z? Is that what this is? You get a secret for doing this? Basically it converts... Okay, so it's basically converting... 7 Z stories and 77 fragments into a secret. So it's basically converting 7 Z stories into 2/3 of a secret. I think secrets are roughly 300 fragments. So is that worth it? 7. You can get 7 Z stories basically. Well, it's not always Z stories, but there was some mission in Port Cornelian, I think. That basically, or was it Isle of Cats? I mean, it was Isle of Cats that gave us like 7 stories. Oh yeah, it even says right here that this will convert these items into a secret. So you can do it with Memories of Distant Shores, or you can do it with those options. Interesting. Well, we do want more secrets. We could do this, I suppose. Which one do we have more of? More of these ones. Actually, we could actually do it again. Now we have more of these ones. We're trying to get more secrets, so... Okay, now we don't have enough fragments to do that. Okay, gather supplies. We could do this as well. I mean, this just... We must go to Port Cecil. I don't know if we'll ever go back to Port Cecil, but... Eat, drink, be merry, gather supplies, or go beachcombing. Let me just make a note for what this is called. This is Unpick the Memories of the Z. Mysteries of the Z. 77 fragments plus... Okay, so each of berries minus center, move hunger, gather supplies, use supply. We don't really need supplies. The beachcombing is one of the random things. I'm not going to do random just because I associate with random as having a chance of losing a crew. There are a number of, not, I don't know necessarily here, but like in other places in the game, there are random events where you can lose crew. So, gonna try to avoid anything that could potentially lose us any crew. We do need more fuel. We're not gonna do any combat. Like I said, we don't need a single crew member. We said we could buy some in Rosegate if we wanted to. We have 13 fuel. I just don't know. I'm not as familiar with going this speed. How much fuel it's going to take to get back to London at this boat speed. You can also get fuel down in Republic, although I don't really want to go down in Republic. You can also get fuel here at this little thing. But Rosegate's kind of like the last main spot I can think of to buy fuel. 12 fuels. I don't have to get back to London. It took us about 1 to go from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, 12 should be enough. According to my completely 100% accurate estimation. Yeah, we're trying to write the Song of the Z. In fact, we could do it when we get there. Oh no, we need the port report. We need the dreads. Well, we need the port report from Mount Palmerston. That's we used it down here in Adelaide. I'd actually kind of forgotten about that. I wasn't like specifically saving the port report for Mount Palmerston, because it's not like it's hard to get. I just like, if it had crossed my mind when I was in Mount Palmerston, maybe I would have just used one of the unread logs instead. But we can just go over here and get another one again. It's not like it's hard to get a port report, especially once we get our crew back and our ship can actually move around a little bit faster. I guess then if we need to conserve fuel, we can turn off our light as well. See, we're losing about 2 to 3%. If we turn our light off, it's more like 2%, right? Yeah, it's more like just 2%. So it stays about 1%. Some crab over there. Again, we don't want to do anything related to combat. We can't really run away, so we have to like... We have to stay away from monsters, because our speed is so slow. Okay, he's going the other direction, so maybe we'll be okay. But one thing we don't have to worry about is food. Oh my god, he's turning around again. Keep our light off. Hug the wall here. If hunger hasn't moved a single bit when you only have one crew, apparently. I didn't know that, but that's interesting. I mean, I knew that having more crew means you had to feed them. A lot of this game I've spent around like with like 25 to 30 crew. I kind of realize now that I was actually just spending a lot of money. I mean, that's why we never had enough money to buy the next ship. So I was spending so much money on supplies the whole game, maybe. I don't know. Another ship we don't want to fight with. That could be the pirate poet, but don't have the option to do any engagements when I only have a single crew. So we'll stay as far away as possible. Keep our lights on, or off rather, when they're anywhere nearby. Yeah, Terror goes up really fast when you don't have... I don't know who is getting terrorized. You have a single crew member. I guess it's him, or her, they. The one crew member is the one who's gaining the terror, or is it me? Is it me, the captain, who's getting the terror? I'm not sure. Ship. That's stay far away from if we can. Another ship we're gonna stay away from if we can. I'm not sure if all these ships will attack us. Restless Knights, we don't want to do this. That one can gain your terror. Also, it gives you a few fragments, I think. But, yeah, we're not in. Oh no, we don't want to go towards that ship. Again, I'm not sure if they'll attack us or not, but we will avoid anything that has the semblance of a risk. Like I said, I think we could just do the Song of the Z once we get the report from Mount Palmerston. It's not going to end the game immediately, from what I understand. You still have to retire in your house in London. We have a mansion because our character inherited it from one of our predecessors. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it. Like, I think it gives us some stats. Well, it gives you an item. It says it creates an item in the description text. So maybe the item gets stats. I'm assuming it does, because the thing you make it out of is the all these like the Scenic Aquarium, the Monstrous Almanac, all these things that give you 7 of each stat. Like you use them to make the Song of the Z. So I assume that the item you get out of it also gives you stats. So maybe that would help us get enough hearts to do some of these challenges around the tireless mechanic and stuff. Yeah, like I said, we may as well just do it. We have the 40 secrets. We farmed them up last session. And we're basically done with the game. Or done with, not done with the game, but done with this playthrough for this character. Like I said, there are other objectives to do, but I don't think we can do them on this character. Okay, we need to, let's see what the Alarming Scholar has for us. He gives some fragments. Adam's Way. Scholar's opinions on all of these, it may be true. We do need to get some more crew, so let's go ahead and get a new recruit first off. And then we still need more than that, so we'll go ahead, we'll take a look at the Rosemary real fast. We do have a light specimen, sure, they can have him, I don't really care. Let's see, hire on more crew, 100% chance. Okay, we need to get up to at least 50, or like 15-ish. So we'll start there and then we'll reevaluate. Okay. So we have 17. We're gonna try to do the prison break maybe in London, or sorry, in Wisdom. Actually, let's go. Yeah, let's get a few more in case we lose some there in Wisdom. Okay, 25. We'll stick with 25 for now. We'll go ahead and spend. Do we have any more Admiralty's favor? Yeah, we'll spend whatever Admiralty's favor we have for fuel. Okay, we're down to 3. We can use the last bit to do our. Just take a quick look through here, make sure we don't have anything else to turn in. We'll get our. Well, we didn't get to use our recent news. I guess we could have used it in Atmos Meet if I knew we were coming back. We don't need to. We still have some restful nights. Am I correct in thinking that? Yes, we still have 2 restful nights, so we don't need to sleep in our mansion. I don't know what it costs you 100 echoes to sleep in your own mansion. I don't have been sure on that. But yeah, like I said, the thing we're going to be doing here is this. We're going to get the Dread Surmise, we're going to get the port report from Mount Palmerston, and then we're going to write the Song of the Z. It says it will allow you to retire happily. I hope it, like I said, I hope it doesn't end the game immediately. Because like I said, I think it's like you have like here you have the option to review your options to end the game. You can safely scrutinize them without choosing one. Yeah, so we'll do this after. We're also going to, in fact, we can start doing this now, I suppose. Let's just start converting our outlandish artifacts and stuff into heirlooms. And these things here as well. Captivating treasure says you can have no more than 12 or 16 in a mansion. Because this will allow us to convert them into heirlooms. They'll adorn our lodgings until the day I die. After that, your family will probably sell them. Let's hope the silly young fool appreciates the lengths you went to. up to 7. We'll keep a couple captivating treasures just in case there's some reason we need to use them for our current playthrough, but I'll keep 2 for now. And then we'll turn the rest of these in before we end the game, if I remember correctly, which I hope I will. Okay, so just look at the shops here. Anything on our hull we needed to sell? Not particularly. No, I think all the stuff is fine. We could sell one of these caskets of sapphires. Is that a thing we can sell here? Yeah, we can sell one. We only need one for the mission that we're going to do to jailbreak, or after we jailbreak the guy from Wisdom. Alright, so we do need some more supplies now that we have more than one to remember. Stock up on those, get some more fuel. Alright. Let's go ahead and head up to Mount Palmerston, get the port reports. Anything else we should be doing? Do we have port reports on our hold to take to Low Barnet? We have Gator's Morn, Quaker's Haven, Command Canal, Iron Republic, Visage, Trench. I don't think we haven't really gotten any underwater. We haven't been to like Rack or Rose Gate. We basically just went down. We just went down here. We went to Abbas Mead, and then we lost all our crew and ran back. Okay, let's keep things moving. I don't want this session to bog down too much like last time. One, for the video's purposes and just for my own sake. I feel like I've completed the objectives I wanted to do for this playthrough this time. I'm looking forward to wrapping it up. Go over some of my thoughts of how it went, and I'm considering doing just like a quick follow-up video to do the Lady in Black quest line where you go through the abysses, just to see what that does. But I'm not going to do another large playthrough anytime soon. Like I said, after doing this game, again, I haven't really played it in like 10 or so years. We're going to Mount Palmerston. Actually, we need to go to Moe Island as well. We can somewhere there. I forget somebody wanted to go there. Actually, we need to go to Gator's Morn as well. We should have gone to Gator's Morn to Moe Island to Mount Palmerston. That was what I was thinking. There's a bat swarm somewhere. I don't even see it. Somewhere. What was I saying? Oh yes, I think after, like, I do enjoy this game. I think it's a very interesting and enjoyable game to play. But it's not a game that I want to play again, like back to back. I guess is what I'm in like a large playthrough like this. Just because most of what you'll be doing is relatively similar. I mean, like, there'll be a few different things to do, but it's not going to be dramatically different. And there are some harder ambitions that, like I said, I think the one around the Carnelian Exile is pretty hard to do. But I wasn't really setting myself up for it. This is the thing we're doing here. Delivering Lorenzo's remains to the Factor. The affable Factor receives his brother's coffin solemnly. You counsel against looking within. A moth, you say? Can't say as it was how he wanted to go, but I don't think he ever intended to go at all. The affable Factor sighs and lights his pipe. The fungal smoke is all too familiar. Knew he'd meet a bad end with that lot. Too much stirring up trouble, not enough enjoying what they'd got. 7's an unlucky number, if you ask me. He rests a hand on the coffin. Thank you, anyway. We'll do something more appropriate with him. This was the Undercrow caretaker. He became a moth, and then we basically took his body, his empty husk. Not so much a corpse as a discarded mourning suit. Nonetheless, his brother will want to know. Okay, another secret. We also have the strategic information quest that, again, I think we've kind of gimmicked a little bit. But again, that's not my fault. I didn't make the game. I could have got more crew here. He was a Factor. I just want to do this once, just because we got this guy to bandage Chef Paramount. He's fully upgraded. We finished his story. I just want to see if this does anything. Probably doesn't, but the poor fellow needs the company, and you can spare an hour from his schedule. An interlude. I can just supply 7 fragments and 2 terror. I mean, we've done this before. You sit on the veranda of the Factor's house, looking out at the fungal jungle, an expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the Factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the Gant Pole, where monsters swarm, about the seductions of the principles of coral, the infestation at Featherhaven. He also has a load of Bolgus Frawn carted above your ship. He weighs away your thanks. I've eaten so much of this stuff I fear I might have been transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidently towards you. It happens, you know, but one does not Dylan does have to eat rather a lot first. Okay, so he gave us some mushrooms. We don't need more fuel. Just popping by to say hello. We haven't really been back here in a while. And again, this is where we picked up the bandaged chef originally. So he had some relationship with the factor on the island. We do have a wound. I guess we could go to Anth and get rid of that wound. Seems like a good thing to do while we're here. There are other ways to get rid of a wound. I guess sleeping in your cabin at night. Sleeping in your lodgings in London gets rid of all your wounds. I don't know why I don't want to just do that. Plus it reduces your terror, but I don't know why I keep coming back to Anth to get rid of my wounds. I could just be sleeping in London. I don't know, we did this story where we cured Rosina of her ammunitions, or whatever she called the condition she had. So it just kind of fun. It kind of feels appropriate to come back here when we're in the need of her services, from a roleplay perspective, if nothing else. We will wait for something awaits, I suppose. Okay, there we go. Nice. Sleep when you're dead, you're hurt. Well, I don't really. What is this? Spend time in bed, heal a wound, tough it out. Slightly reduce terror, but it majorly injure you further. Well, we'll tough it out. Also on terror. I mean, we're here to cure our wound, so takes 2 supplies. We'll do that. Lost our wound. I don't think there's anything else particular to do here. I mean, we got all the sharpnesses. We could share our recent news, but we don't really want to use. We can offer a passage to the tomb colonists. It's only worth like 15 gold or something, or 15 echoes or something. It's not worth a lot. What did this one do? Yeah, it sounds like from the description it just gives you supplies. This is stopped by the smokehouse. 6 supplies and 7 fuel, wow. We're bringing this honey to do propagations. Get the board of forest. We can buy this cheaper in Mount Palmerston. We've seen that before. We could have sold our casket and sapphires here for slightly more. Not too important. We could still go to the final room in Frostbound. I am curious to see what those options are. Again, not having played a number of years. I do vaguely recall there are some different ways to interact. I mean, I have in my notes that there's different things you can do once you're there. But I do think I want to write the Song of the Z first. I think I want to finish the Tireless Mechanics mission and/or the Doctor's mission, and then maybe we'll go to Frostbound just to check it out, not necessarily to try to do any end game conditions. But yeah. Could fight these guys, I mean, it's whatever at this point. Okay, so let's go write the Song of the Z, I think. Oh, we have to get the Dreads. Oh, we get the Dreadsmites in London. Just trying to think if there's anything I want to do. Do I want to go to Wisdom first? Well, I mean, if this is gonna raise our stats, I'd rather just do this first. Because we need some really high stats to free the people who are in Wisdom. I could go to Gators Morn, I suppose. I don't know why I stocked up on fuel and supplies if I'm just heading back to London, but it's a habit. When I get to a place that has good prices, I like to stock up. Yeah, like I said, we're just trying to complete our ambitions here and retire this character. It's been a long journey. This took longer than I thought it would take. I guess because I've been reading the text out loud. You know, it's a new thing for me. I haven't done a lot of these sort of Let's Play style videos. If you look back at the early videos, this playthrough, the audio quality wasn't very good. I was still kind of dialing in some of my settings. And just getting used to reading all the text. When I started doing this, I wasn't sure if I wanted to read all the text for the recording, but I don't know. After doing it, I just got used to it. I mean, the text is the game. If you're not enjoying reading the text, this probably isn't the game for you. There are other games that are probably more mechanically interesting from that perspective. But again, I think I talked about this. I talked about this quite a bit in the very first video when I was sort of setting the stage for this series. About it's a very interesting game from the sense that to Sunless fruits. Sure. There's not a lot of other games that are really like it. I mean, I guess it's like the web game in a sense that you can play on their website. I saw these here for 300. I feel like I sold one of these for 250 at one point somewhere else. In any case, there's just not a lot of games like it. It's a weird mix of like sort of like a choose-your-own-adventure story game. I feel like if you just interacted with the story parts of the towns, there's also some like trading mechanics where you can buy goods in one place and use them in another place. No, it's not really a trading game per se, but it does have some small amounts of that mechanic. It also has permadeath and survival. Like one captain dies, the other one succeeds him, and you higher stats or whatever you could accumulate and pass on from one character to the next. So it's a very interesting game. There's actually a sequel to this game. I didn't say a sequel exactly, but there's another game in the series called Sunless, which is mechanically similar. You're driving a what is it, like a train, like a flying train through the sky, as opposed to a ship in the sea. It has lots of good writing, similar to this game. I mean, that's what this company is well known, what this crew, what this studio is well known for, is their writing. From my recollection, it didn't have the mystery element. Like it wasn't as mysterious and interesting as this game was. It was more straightforward. It was more of a game that you would expect to come from a game developer. Like, I think I have any declared goods. Oh wait, they took my mirror catch box? Wait, what? Oh man. They confiscated my mirror catch box. I didn't really have... I should have sold it for 300, I guess. I forgot to put my concealed compartment on. I didn't think I was carrying any... Oh, I wasn't actually sure. Frustrating. I've sort of stopped paying attention to some things, and my attention is slipping a bit. Okay, anyways, we need to finish whatever we're gonna do with this guy because he's about to leave. We're about to do this option here. Is there anything to do with these after we get rid of this guy? Keep one. I'd keep one of each of the items just for like. I guess we could use these on red log. What are these worth today? 120. I'd probably save those to go into Abyss Mead if I ever want to go back to Abyss Mead. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to do with these once we get rid of this guy. We'll keep one just for. Okay, I think we've done everything. We've handed in everything we have for him. All right, let's read the next part of his story. See what happens. We are going to get the dread surmise. I smell secrets, searing secrets. Share them with me. I am close to something. Delighted laughter. Here, I have the answer. Take it. I have found all the answers I will ever need. I'll follow them to Frostfound. You can't come. Don't come. Can't come. Don't come. Can't come. Don't come. Proctors burst in and dragged the scholar from her office. One shakes a sorrowful head at you. Academics, he sighs, they never last. You are left clutching a bundle of scrawled notes. You peep cautiously at the first page. Symbols boil before your eyes. The study seems suddenly terribly bright. No! No! The dread surmise, the awful daring of a moment's supposition which an age of ignorance can never deny. You now have one rambling doom, the scholar's madness. The keenest minds are often the most fragile. Okay, so I think we have everything we need to write our Song of the Z. Go ahead and do that. Write the Song of the Z. You have assembled a store of lore and a collection of antiquities. Your knowledge of the Z rivals that of any captain of history. Write it down. A final draft. You labor mightily, and a stack of pages rewards your labor. Regard it with pride. It is all your voyages, condensed into a handily affordable format. Your publisher suggests an epigraph for you, from the latest amended Bible to emerge from St. Cyriac's College. The waters were gathered together, the floods slept in the sun's blindness, and the depths rose like the moon, and the light at the edge of the Z. That's the epigraph of my song. The waters were gathered together, the floods slept in the sun's blindness, and the depths rose like the moon, in the light at the edge of the Z. We told all of our stories of distant shores, we told all of our stories of the Z, we told of Mount Palmerston, the exiled devils, we told all the tales of terrors that we experienced in the seas. We told all the secrets, the stories, all the secrets we learned from all the different people we've met in all the different places in the Z. We told them about Port Cecil, which we actually haven't even finished the story yet there, where the coral is becoming sentient or something, I'm not exactly sure. We told them about Irem, where the time and verbiage is interacting in weird ways. We told them of Khan's Heart, the Khanate, the rival power in the Unterzee with London. We told them of Adam's Way, which is down in the very south, the gateway to the Elder Continent. We told them of King Eater's Castle, very far away in the eastern southeast, where the place where world ends. We told them of the dread surmise, the awful daring of a moment's supposition, which an age of innocent ignorance can never deny. We told them about the shrine of stone we carved, a glittering altar carved with the signs of the South. We told him about the serene aquarium we built. Look how it glides like moonlight. We told him of the anatomical cabinet, death laid out for your careful inspection. We told him of the monstrous almanac, a stack of notebooks closely written in treasured ink, and the whispering trophy case. Oh yes, the drowned man is humming tonight, a song in the water like the bones of fish. We used all these memories and experiences, and we wrote this amazing song, the Song of the Z. For this, they will all remember you. So what is it exactly? It said that it's an item. It's not currently equipped. This thing, the Song of the Z, equips to auxiliary. Gives you 10 of all the stats. Okay. Nice. It's still here. Okay. Okay. Cool. What else should we be doing here? So now we are at the point where we want to try to use the rest of our secrets to raise our stats, but we'll go to Wisdom. And we'll see if we can advance the story for the Tireless Mechanic. Let's see if we can get the Sage out of the prison there. We don't need to repair our ship. Maybe we'll just stock up on fuel and supplies. I'm interested in this, but it says don't do this unless you're sure you want it. It also says it's going to lower your stats, which we're at the point where we need our stats to be very high, so we don't want to be lowering our stats. We could consider retiring, but again, we're not going to do that yet. We want to finish up a few last things. I'll pick up another sailor. I'm happy to sell these, but I want to. Actually, they're worth quite a bit. So if I have 1,000 money worth of these, I want to try going to Frostbound once just to see what will happen when we get there. Again, we never really got to the ships, the better ships. This one's 1,500. I mean, we're still only 7,200. This one's 30,000. We're not even close to that. So away we go. We're going to Wisdom over here. I also want to go to the Outer Shroom, but let's prioritize. I thought we were going to. I wanted to do the Outer Shroom propagation to get a Judgment's Egg, but we actually got one last session when we went south, which I didn't know about. We're going south here. So I'm not as worried about doing the Blemmingen propagation mission anymore, because we have we got the Judgment's Egg already. I was talking a little bit about the other game, the Sunless. We're also doing this. We're going deeper into the nightmare. We're down to one restful night. Beneath you, the eye grows wider. The water too warm to steam. Remove your garments. It may soon be time to swim. I think I said that last time. Terror's pretty high. Still have one restful night. I was thinking, I wonder if we should go get some more restful nights before we head out, but. Yeah, you know what? Before we drive, we may not be back to London anytime soon. Let's get some more restful nights, just so we can keep progressing that story. It's costing us one restless night every time it pops up. I'm a little mad that I lost my filled catch box, but I mean, it's not the first time I've lost stuff to the customs officers. Alright, we want to go to our lodging. We're going to go and rest for a night. So now we have 3 more restless nights. Does it give you menaces, yearning, and burning when you sleep in your own bed? The latest touch tube lady. I don't know if that went up or down. Oh, should I buy some more? Should I buy some more fuel? I mean, it's whatever. We can get more fuel on the way. Anyway, Sunless Skies, the sequel. Again, it has really good writing, has very similar mechanics as far as how you control and how combat kind of works. I wouldn't say it's more linear necessarily, but it's less, like I said, it's less mysterious, it's less like open-ended. It's more of a game. It's more where you expect a video game to operate. Probably it's more like what a video game than this game is. Like, there's not a lot of games like I said like this, although like older games from like, you know, 1990s or even 1980s, like things were different back then. But modern games, there's not a lot of them that operate like this. But Sunless Skies is sort of like halfway between this game and what you would think of as a more traditional game, which is good and bad. Like, it's more streamlined. Like, you don't spend as much time just wandering around aimlessly being like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, where am I supposed to be going? Like, what do it's easier to kind of follow the story of what you're trying to do, compared to this game at least, which has positives and negatives. Like I said, some of the charm of this game is its mystery and its quirkiness, and like its sort of meditative quality, where you're just sort of sailing around listening to the sounds of the sea and the music. So yeah, Sunless Skies retains a lot of the good qualities, but in the interest of making it a better video game, or a more approachable video game at least, I feel like it loses a little bit of the quality that kind of makes this game truly a gem. In my mind at least. Like, I've played a lot of games, and this one still stands out in my memories fondly as a game that again, it's not a game I want to be playing like all the time. Like, it's not a game I want to spend my entire day playing all day every day. But the memories I have of playing it are very sharp, you know. Sharpness, the quality of sharpness of memories. Again, 2 things that are actually in this game. Memories and sharpness are, well, memories in particular are a very prominent factor in the game, but one of the towns they talk about sharpness. Here's where you can buy, here's where I considered doing this to buy a bunch more secrets, and we still could. We could buy, like, you know, 10, or we could buy like 7 secrets here if we wanted to. We could get 7 more stats. We do want to go to Nook, actually. There was a story in Nook that we were Still trying to figure out. Maybe we can actually do that while we're here. I brought the. Was it coffee or wine that you need to get into Nook? Last time I was here, I didn't have it, so I couldn't get in. But yeah, I definitely recommend this game for sure. Everyone who is interested should definitely try this game out on for their own. I do recommend Sunless Skies as well, but like I said, I don't personally have as fond of memories of it as this game, but it's still a very good game. We have a lot of these Sunless fruits. I wouldn't specifically bring them for this mission, but what is this sample? This nookweed. I don't remember seeing this option before. It probably was here. It's so hard to remember everything in this game. This is the same place where you can trade Sunless fruit. Okay, sample some nookweed. Gives you a memory of Nook. Some other stuff. The Sunless fruit gives you nodules, which you use. We have 45 nodules. We have a lot of nodules. And a moment's rest gives you some other stuff as well. Let's go ahead and swim down. Ah, this is the thing I was thinking of. You can trade 5 memories for more nodules. I'm gonna do this just so I can fill in my notes. Intimidate phosphorescent nodules from nervous Nook folk. A ragged band squabble over glowing nodules. They stop when you approach, recognizing you. They know to be afraid. Naked aggression. Wisely they flee. You cradle the precious glowing nodules, yours now. Passing deep divers catch your eye, pale and flee. Sensible. Okay. Our taste of freedom has not increased. Its quality cannot increase past 15. You've lost 5 Nook memories. Okay. So for the purpose of notes, it's plus 20 nodules. Raises freedom up to max of 15, whatever that means exactly. Okay. Oh, we can hunt Blemmingans here. The Blemmingen that you released has flourished down here. Rough-looking hunters with bone harpoons risk the descent in hope of finding tastier food. Well, I don't feel the need to hunt for the Blemmingans. Let's go down to the writhing gullet. This will take more nodules. You may encounter different things. You only collect 1 treasure per dive. So you still have 12 tolerant and 63 nodules. We could go for we can only grab 1 thing, right? It said you can only grab 1. Let's go. Let's keep swimming down. No more than 7. You have 2. Slipstream. There's no treasure here, but a swift downward promises a faster journey. Sure. And we're trying to go down, I guess. Is it gonna hurt us? No. Carried away. Current pulls you through narrowing innards. The water sours. Your descent slows. You descend deeper. You've lost 1 tolerance. I don't think I fully understand this option versus this option. So we're at 4. I mean, I guess I'll just do this again. I don't know why you'd ever do this when you can do this. It's unlocked when you have treasures of the Maw 41 and no more than 50. You have 50. Okay, so this is only unlocked if you have this quality up to 41. So I guess because we got this quality up to 41, we can go deeper easily, I guess. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. We're getting some nice fragments for this. Okay, we're going down to no more than 8. So this is the last one. There's no treasure here. You have 8. Carried away. Try fruitlessly to dive deeper. You've gone as far as you may. Is it gonna wound me if I do this? I don't understand. Like, choking in the darkness. Unbreathable, a persistent viscosity pushes you down, towards the digestive juices of the hideous stomach below. Only frantic kicking allows you to struggle free and rise again. Gripping tight to a stomach hair to get your strength back, one thing is clear, this is as low as you can go. What was the purpose of all this? I don't understand. I don't understand. I guess it's just random, like you may or may not encounter something at each place down. Like all we ever saw was this slipstream option. I don't know. Well, let's just get out of here because I don't even know. We have to have some amount of tolerance even just to leave this place. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we could sample some nookweed while we're here. Gain some terror. A memory of space. The circle of nookfolk scrape what it looks like a thin algae from the smaller teeth and chew it like snuff. Their eyes flutter, then bulge, brimming with visions. A memory of space. Your vision darkens, then floods with light. Nook is not freedom. There is no freedom down here in the black belly of the earth. Freedom is above, beyond the thin blue shell of the sky, out in the stirring, shining reaches of the high wilderness. Once you surge between the suns. You recall swelling suns and golden thrones and the writhing world of now. You coil in this pit on the bed of this little sea and sleep and dream of the winds of nowhere and stir and sleep again. You are growing hungry. The vision fades. I guess it's the vision of this creature. At one point it was in the sky. In the vast, again, in the sunless skies. You're in the high wilderness, I think. This is actually describing the setting for the sequel. Anyways, again, some memories of distant shores at least. We could try. I've never tried this taking from the weak. Yeah, again, I'm not really interested in doing it. Okay, well there was, I would say, moderately interesting. We can buy Stygian Ivory here. We're gonna need 40 of them at some point. Let's not stock up on too many supplies then. Alright, let's go to Wisdom and or Nuncio. But yeah, like, this must be a creature from Sunless Skies, the sequel, because I think they were probably working on Sunless Skies at the same time they were making the DLC, this Underwater DLC. So they probably already knew some of the overlap between the two games when they were working on it. But yeah, that must be a creature from the sequel. Like I said, still a very good game, still very worth playing. It just, to me, it wasn't quite as memorable as this one. Maybe I'll play it again at some point. See if it holds up in my memory the same way that this one does. Well, again, in my memory it's not as good as this one, but maybe on subsequent playthroughs it'll feel a little more interesting. I don't think it ever got any DLC, so I'm guessing that the sequel didn't sell as well. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't even know if this game sold well. It's more of like an art house game, right? It's more like an indie, what you would think of as an indie game. Gain 5 terror. 20 drowning pearls, good lord. I'm not really trying to read all these stuff because like we've been here so many times, like I'm just going through the motions of playing the game. 20 drowning pearls, that was a lot of drowning pearls. At one point we paid dearly to use drowning pearls to raise or lower our suspicion in the Khanate. I didn't know we could just come here and get 20 of them for a simple something awaits challenge. I should have read that text, maybe it could have been interesting. The one we got 20 drowning pearls. Oh well. Okay, so we're trying to free the sage, is what I understand, and that's part of this guy's mission. Um, I don't actually know what his story is doing. So like, the titless mechanic, I understand he had some type of he had a secret that the people in Irem wanted. They call them like the Finger Kings or something, and they were chasing him. And he went to the final room of Frostfound and he hid the secret in the final room of Frostfound. And then he couldn't sleep anymore. That's why he's tireless. He never sleeps. We helped him sleep by catching his memories into a mirror cage box full of dream snakes. I guess the dream snakes are the Finger Kings. They're chasing him. So we got his secret out of Frostfound, but to do whatever he was trying to do with it, he needs this character called the Sage that's in prison. So I don't even know, like. Also, on this playthrough, we've never even had a single prisoner. We've seen a few places that you could use a prisoner, but we've never even had a prisoner. Okay, so we're gonna try this first. He says it's a tough challenge, and you only get one chance at this. So we're gonna get our veils as high as possible before we try. Let's put our the serpentine engine. It's what it's the thing that the magician helped us make. In its heart, a serpent king rages, or so the magician claims. We have this equipped, so that gives us as many stats as we can do as far as that goes. I don't think we have an aft item that can give us stats, right? Wish we could equip this thing. It gives us iron mirrors, but again, we don't have a 4-weapon slot. Yeah, the only aft item we have is this, which just gives you contraband concealment. Let's just leave this on, actually. I never even use that rear cannon. I always forget to put it back on when I need to. Okay, we're trying to do, what did I say was mirrors? I said it was mirrors, right? Veils, actually. Veils. Veils is this guy. And this guy already has 8 veils. Okay, so that's the best veils we can get. Yeah. So up to 104. Let's try to do a prison break. Rescue a prisoner. Scale the walls. Enter through the outflow pipes. Evade the guards. Secure your rescuee without raising any alarms. Don't get eaten by giant toads. 35% chance. Failed. Disaster! You make it up the prison walls, through the pipe, and straight into a cistern. The splashing attracts guards. Their guns wreak havoc before you escape. The pipe grating is repaired that same night. You now have 1. Doom. Wisdom forewarned. Gain 15 terror. Okay, so now we want to try to get our hearts as high as possible. And then we'll attempt this. Okay, so one thing we were doing to raise our hearts was talking to this fellow. Giving him secrets, so we'll go ahead and do this. It's giving us 1 terror, which is unfortunate. Frrr! Flift your hand from the footstool. Farpf! Open your eyes. Locust has Gnostic secrets of profound culinary import to impart. Even its lesser revelations are enough to touch your dreams with the dread of drowning. Perhaps fortunately, it gets so excited when it talks about the greater revelations that you don't have any idea what the hell it's on about. Okay, and then as far as hearts goes, that gives our monkey foundling. I'm surprised there's no option to talk to her. Hearts on the surgeon already gives 9 hearts. 4 hearts versus 9 hearts. Plus 1 hearts with the engine with this guy. Alright, I think that's as high as we can get our hearts, 150 right now. Man, it's only a 52% chance. It's 3,000 echoes. We could do it. We could try it twice. We don't really have much left to sell. We have these visions of the surface. We have these drowning pearls. Can you sell drowning pearls anywhere? You can trade them for solace fruit, which we've been doing. Can buy them into Hoot for 30. Yeah, there's no shops that you can sell them to. Be hard to get rid of 35 of them. Yeah, like we don't have a lot of ways to make money if this fails. I mean, we have our heirlooms, but we're trying to pass those on to our. There are a couple places where we can use the memento mori, and people will pay us for it. I've been holding on to it to the hope that we would get a ship that we could use it on, but maybe we should just give it to one of the factions in the game. Trying to think what I want to do. I could go back to Pigmoat Isle and buy some more secrets to raise my stats higher. I do want to get this up to 175 to try to do the other person's dialogue option, but like if I bought, I need 3,000, so I could buy like 4 secrets. I could get it up 4 more. Or do I just risk it? I don't even have any more Syrian Enigmas, and I'm nowhere close to 175 pages. We're never going to get that in this playthrough. I mean, there's something else to do. I mean, we gotta try it. Alright, we succeeded. Thank God. It says you succeeded, right? Oh, go on. I'm sure he'll bring me a replacement someday. He's convivial, the unctuous fellow. He convives to the extent of a half bottle of Greyfield's first sporing. A good thing you've kept it for a special occasion. You have a pleasant chat about Z-weather and the loneliness of life out here in the Sea of Lilies, and he generously discounts the fee. Alright, well thank you. The Unsettling Sage. Oh, you have to whom have you freed? You've rescued a prisoner from the terrible fastness of wisdom. The Unsettling Sage, or some poor soul, some broke here at random. This is the man you came for. Is he a man? There's something peculiar about the line of his jaw, the shape of his eyes, but he's grateful to see you. The Unsettling Sage. You have my gratitude. Those not oracles, feh. They would have choked on me, but it would have done me little good. I would be gently digesting now were it not for you. I see you have my friend with you. We are going to the great work, yes, my friend? Perhaps the great work. We shall wake those forces. Do you have the pattern? I can hardly wait. The Unsettling Sage is gone. I'll need help to build the engine. It'll need to be alive, like the pigs. And I'm better at metal. Okay. Thank God we got that. I couldn't figure out a better way to try to do it other than the whatever the percent number we had. Okay, so now we need to have cargo space for 40 Stygian ivory. What is the best place in the game to buy Stygian ivory? So I thought it was 26 back in Nook. Is there a better place to buy Stygian ivory? You can harvest it from Triskelegants, as well as a number of other monsters. You can sell it for Tales of Terror. Okay, it's 27 in Khan's Shadow. It's 26 in the Shellinate. And it's 26 in Nook. So either Nook or... You can buy for 3 Tales of Terror in Gonpal, but... So either 26 or 27, so... We have 2, so we need to buy 38 of them. 38 times 26, 988. And we need a bunch of cargo space. This guy wants to go to Principles of Coral. This we need to drop off at the Empire of Hands. We need this to complete that mission. We should get rid of this Watchful Curio. Oh, we can get rid of these candles. Let's go up to the Nativity and get rid of these candles. Let's see. Well, let's go to Port Cecil and then to the Wreck of the Nocturne. We gotta equip our faster engine again. We have our stat engine on, not our speed engine. Good enough. Oh, I'm glad that worked out. Should we go to Scrimshander while we're here? We did bring... No, Scrimshander is that stupid place where you go into the archives. We did that. We did that last time. We went really, really deep, and it just kept going. Didn't seem like there was any story to complete there. It was not one that I could figure out. It felt like it was just looping. Like we would tell them tales of a hero, and then we would tell them tales of like a more realistic story about like the conditions that led to him being a hero. And then we told him like another story about, well, he wasn't really a hero, he was just a person, and he did some things that were of questionable value. And then the next time he came back in, like they wanted another story of a hero again. So like it just looped between those three tales from the archives. That's what I got out of it at least. We tried going really deep in the archives, but like it didn't seem to matter. The other thing we could do here is finish this story, but again, I think it's going to take away this officer, which is our only way to raise our stats at this point. So if I ever did want to try to get a few more hearts to do this, like we were pretty close. We're like 153. We need like 20 more secrets. So I'm not going to do that yet. I'm not going to turn in the other dude. The Nacreous Outcast here. Guess we'll try this one. So I don't think we ever even did this. Fragments of silver. The best of the core will fetch a high price in London, but the walk... Oh, this goes in your hold though. God dang it. We're trying to get things out of our hold. Oh, I didn't... And I didn't read it, so... Doubly cursed. I shouldn't have collected that stupid shibboleth. I'm trying to get rid of things in my hold, not put more things in there. We could fight these things, but again, it's like, we'll get like supplies and stuff. I guess we can get fragments we can use for secrets, but... I saw these strange catches too. We could lure a submerged Z-beast to the surface. You know, I've never actually tried that. I wonder what that does. I mean, maybe I've tried it in the past. I don't remember what it is. Maybe we'll try that after we do this Wreck of the Nocturne thing. Alright, so we brought some candles here. You gotta return to your ship until you finish the investigation for the Spider Council. Superstitions of the Z, even cynical sailors pause before ransacking half-drowned vessels. Merely investigating is no crime against salt. Light in the darkness. It's true that the interior of the Nocturne is a dark, unwelcoming place that demands a candle for exploration. With the whole crew searching it thoroughly, though, the wrecked ship will be a beacon to anything that might be passing. It would be best to finish as quickly as possible. We can lead the boarding party. Gaining entrance will mean hacking through a forest of old spiderwebs. You will show the crew there's nothing to fear. Cutting through a forest of nightmares. As unpleasant as it is, it's something a good axe can't take care of. Why do the sorrow spiders feel so compelled to leave their mark like this? What do they hope to catch out here? Explore the lower levels, check in with the crew, or search the cargo hold. You don't know what you are looking for. You don't know if you'll know when you see it, but you don't know why it's important. But at least you know it's here, isn't it? No more than 2. No, I guess we'll search the cargo hold. I don't know. The Nocturne had many passengers. Their belongings tell many stories. None of them, however, seem to be the one the sorrow spiders would take a direct interest in. Got one of their stories. So I guess we can check in with the rest of the crew. Nothing but darkness. Everyone had best hurry. These camels will not last forever, nor will the solitude. A moment's fear. Our hearts is 141, and it's only a 56% chance. A sliver of ice down the spine, a hot sweat, the sense of something watching from within or without. Succeeded. Ghosts of the Nocturne. It's said that the Nocturne was sunk by the Tree of Ages, the fist of the sorrow spiders. If any ship was going to have ghosts, it would be this one. But no. This feels older than mere death, and somehow further away, at least further away for now. Okay. Can search the regular cabins or the stateroom. Search the stateroom first, as close to luxury as one can expect on the Z. Whoever stayed here was blessed indeed. Soft pillows and warm sheets. An acquired taste for those who value comfort. No secrets, however, at least not on open display. Search the regular cabins. Perhaps it was not the Nocturne itself, but a passenger that drew the Sorrow Spider's interest. If so, it's not clear why. Unless they long for musical instruments, half-finished poetry, or a clock that is not even right once a day, there is little here that they might want. A little bonus. The Nocturne's passengers left no shortage of delightful artifacts behind when they were taken. The crew would not approve, but the crew is not watching you right now. Deception and perception? Detection and perception. We'll try it, I guess. Failed. A few coins nobody will notice or miss. These coins will do far more good in your pocket than at the bottom of the sea. It would be better not to take anything larger, though. The crew would be distracted. Search the captain's cabin. Who could better know the ship's secrets? An escape from the surface. Along with the scattered bottles of mushroom wine, his logs tell the tale of a ship with an interesting history. This one speaks of an earlier captain's bravery, venturing to the surface to ferry back lost souls who thought the sun still considered them friends. It is a pity that he returned entirely alone. Another story. I guess we go into the darkest reaches. Every corner, every inch, the Nocturne's secret will be found. Paraphernalia wrought nothing. What do those accursed spiders want? Why could they not be more specific? A sudden cold shiver. Is there something behind you? No further than that, much further. It's getting closer. Let's just search the captain's cabin again. I don't know. A young scholar's notebook. Aha! In theory, at least, a most illuminating tome. Being a detailed study of the lost creatures of the deeper, uncharted Unterzee by K.L. Stalvis. It is an unfinished treatise, the few completed sections a masterwork in turning forbidden knowledge into tiresome ephemera. The pictures, however, show great underwater beasts unlike any you have ever before witnessed. That's a weird way to describe. Unlike any you have ever before witnessed. A theme of tentacles and madness persists throughout, until in the end, even the once copperplate handwriting is simply a scrawl. Surely this must be it. If not, whatever the Sorrow Spiders seek is too well hidden, or has long since been taken by one unfearing of Salt's wrath. Okay. A continuing mystery. You cannot help but think there is something more going on here than you have been led to believe. A question for another time. You should report back to the Spider Council to get your reward. Okay. Do we have anything in our hold that we could sell in Irem? I was just thinking, like, maybe we could sell some of the stuff, get it out of our hold in Irem. Irem has a lot of shops. Also, you can use coffee in Irem. And maybe we'll just do a quick peek up in Irem. Just to see if we can get rid of some of these things in our... We're like right here, basically. Because we're gonna need 40 hold space to hold all this Stygian ivory. What is this here? Is this a terror-related thing? Let's see, something watches from afar. A movement in the water, a disturbance in the air, a chill down the spine. Since leaving the Nocturne, I was ready to this. The crew has reported a strange sense of something watching, observing, following. Could it have been drawn by the candlelight during the search? Just more sailor superstition. The Nocturne was a half-drowned ship. No surprise the weaker will of the crew got jumpy. You felt it out there too, an eye that doesn't see, a lingering sense of dread. Ripples in the dark. Not now, they seem to say, but not now, but soon. For if the great beasts of the sea know anything, it's how to be patient. So something's like stalking us or something? Not sure. Also, not much we can do about it at the moment. Let's see if we can, like I said, let's see if we can get rid of some of the items that are in our hold here in Iron. You can always just throw stuff overboard, I suppose, but it's more fun to use them for stories. Oh, I clicked before I had something away. It's god dang it. Well, we'll sell our mountain sure. I don't think that's in our hold though, right? No, it's not in the hold section. Either the captivating treasures, or we need this for the story thing we're currently working on. We already our dread surmise to write our Song of the Z, and these don't go in your mold either. Man, I want to use this coffee. I'm gonna wait one tick if something awaits here. I don't think we've even done this once in this playthrough. Use the coffee to go into the exploratory mission here in Irem. Maybe we did it once. I can't remember. But yeah, we're just winding things down here, doing our last few missions before we retire this character. I'm very interested to see what this tireless mechanics mission involves, because like just getting that sage out of, you saw even with like 150 plus hearts, we only had like a 52% chance to get the sage out. I don't know if we would have lost the money. I guess maybe we wouldn't have lost the money, because it wouldn't have made any sense. If they wouldn't have accepted the ransom, you just wouldn't have given them any money. Alright, the House of the Amber Sky. Rest, traveler, our waters are warm, our cushions are petal soft. Lay your head here. You will be healed, or better yet, you will be renewed. Payment in coffee? Yes, please. We learned last session that the coffee comes from the intestines of the sloths, or the beans at least. Close your eyes. The House of the Amber Sky is a roofless space beneath the false stars underneath, rich with the scent of Irem roses. Despite the ice, it's warm as a desert evening. You will arrange yourself on the cushions. Close your eyes just for a moment. The mirror marches. Beneath the skin of dreams, behind the faces of mirrors, an orange sun sails in a fervid sky. Here are the borderlands of that place, close by Irem, and closest still to the House of the Amber Sky. And here you are, in another place. The sun is warm on your uncovered head. We can rest, recover, dream. We can explore the jungle a little. If we had menaces, we could choose a rare fruit. If we had a certain enigma, we could get the rarest fruit. In the farthest south, in the arms of the god called Stone, a garden blooms. In ages past, birds stole the seeds from that garden. One bird hid here in the mirror marches. Perhaps you know the story. Oh, this is how you get the item for colonizing Acefall. This will halve all your skills, which must all be at least 100. Holy smokes. I mean, we're close to that now, but I guess we would have raised these stats instead of hearts if we were trying to get this done. Yeah, so to do this Acefall mission, you're going to have to do a pretty long playthrough as well. But anyways, we're not doing that. We'll go ahead and rest, recover, dream. A shattered tower. I lost 20 terror at least, that's good. At the top of a low hill, a tower stump stands. The masonry looks Aremi. The door is rotted, the space within filled with thorned vines, but cracked mirrors still hang on the walls, and in each one you see a different scene. Bright-eyed soldiers bind sharks in iron. Clay men war with closed colonies in the streets of Polythreme. The alarming scholar cracks soul tubes between his teeth. Truth, dream, or both? You will wake in the House of the Amber Sky. Your clothes will be stained with the juice of crushed leaves. That's all for now. Okay. Not too exciting. We still have more coffee. We could do it again. We could also sell our mountain sherd. This was struck from the side of the mountain of light, who is the god called Stone. It is holy. Treat it accordingly. It says you can treat it, you can sell it as a captivating treasure, but I've never seen that option, so we could also sell the mountain sherd for prevalent and then use the prevalent to buy fragments. It's like roughly 300 fragments for a secret, so every 6 prevalent is essentially a secret. This gives you 20, so it's like 3-ish secrets. Secrets are worth 900 if you buy them, but we farmed like 10 secrets just sitting in Visage. So again, I don't know if that's intended, but we're not going to fill up our hold with anything at the moment anyway. Well, I guess we are trying to raise our stats as high as we can. Yeah, you know, oh, you can use this item to summon Mountain Nomad, but again, we don't really have a ship to fight Mountain Nomad, so don't see the point in doing that. Let's just sell it, I guess. Wait, do we even have 20 spots? We do. I don't know if this is the best thing to do in the game, but wait. I thought you could sell. Oh, I read this wrong. I thought we were going to be able to use the parabola to buy fragments, but it's the opposite. You spend fragments to buy parabola and crap, and now our hold's full of parabola and oh, what can we sell this stuff at? Sell it in Fallen London. Can sell it in Iron Republic. Can sell it in Apis Meat. Oh my god, you can sell it in Fallen London. Ah, frustrating. Why did I do that? No, that's frustrating. Alright, well, let's go to the Nativity. Talk to the spiders again. I was trying to do this mission before we head back to London, but it doesn't seem like now that we're not gonna have enough hold space. I'm committed though. I think this might be our last video. I'm committed to. It might be a longer video. But I'm committed to getting this done. Let's see it through to the bitter, not the bitter end, but we'll see it through to the end here. That's my plan, at least. Plans may change, but... Alright, so let's report back. The Secret of the Nocturne. Here's what they sent you to find, hopefully. She bids you to follow her into the reaches. There's no cart this time. This will be a long walk. So we're back at the Council of Joy. They've reconvened to hear of your progress. A stench of impatience fills the air. Present the young scholar's notebook. You have your doubts about its veracity. Still, if there was a secret to be found in the Nocturne, it surely lies within these pages. A sense of apathy prevails. Indeed, a splendid prize, I have no doubt, says the emissary of spiders, handing it off to a waiter without even breaking open the pages. But what of the ship? Did you encounter any resistance? Well, we saw the unseeing eye in the dark. You were watched. It cannot have been a coincidence. Volunteer nothing, you are being played. Ominous. The Spider Council chitters with excitement. Yes. I fear that we have not been strictly honest in our dealings, the emissary spider says, with no hint of guilt or remorse, or even a sense that this could come as a surprise. Permit me to share a story. It was, I believe, a century ago when the myopic masters forged a deal with a great beast, an avaricious Lornvluke. It would provide, he pauses at the stern bite of a sorrow spider, a service, yes, and exchange secrets. 100 years of the secrets in service would allow to be harvested. He leans in. For the sake of all that is and all that is to become, some secrets can never be shared. A secret that worries even the sorrow spiders? You're getting out of your depth now. An abandoned vessel, an abandoned secret. Does this mean the sorrow spiders discovered something so terrible or so important that they decided not even they should know it? That seems most out of character, unless they were simply waiting until their deal expired to stake a claim. I can neither confirm nor deny, of course, says the emissary of spiders. What matters at this present juncture is the vessel. It must be removed from the geometry and reach of the unworthy. The intractable masters demand this be done. Agree, they're not telling you something, of course, but you've seen it out so far. Refuse, they're not telling you something, of course, and you refuse to be the pawn of the sorrow spiders. I mean, I'm not a fan of the sorrow spiders, but we can see where this is going, I suppose. An excited chittering fills the air. The emissary of spiders smiles. Excellent, I eagerly await news of your success. What does that, our success doing what? We can negotiate for the captain of the Nocturne. Sorrow spiders have him within the Tree of Seasons. Nobody would know their ship better than its captain. His advice would be invaluable in the task. Or we could demand the capture of the Nocturne. If they want your help with this, they can start giving you some real assistance, not lies. Unthreatened, yet intimidated. They are angry at the mere thought of giving up one of their prizes, but you browbeat them into it. Junior sorrow spiders are dispatched to cut down the former captain of the Nocturne from the Tree of Seasons. His atrophied limbs and sightless eyes mean he will never command again, but his mind remains sharp enough to be of assistance. Okay. Time to end this. The emissary spiders escort you to port. He looks forward to seeing you at the Festival of Silk once the task has been completed. Does he know? A prisoner by the webs. We don't want to do that. We're not trading supplies for silk. We could get the port report. We have 1 cask of wine. Are we saving this wine for anything? We could do this delivery of trinkets thing again. It goes in your hole though, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. It goes over here in the curiosity section. Okay, so we have to go back to the Nocturne is what he's telling us, I guess. Can you get supplies here if we need to? You can. Okay, just checking. It's not a good price, but I might need to buy 1 or 2 to get down to like the Gaunt Pole or something. Or we can stock up on a few more. Alright, back to the wreck of the Nocturne. At least this mission, or this story is like close to the 2 places you need to do it. Guess that's good at least. Our terror is not too high. Oops, our terror is not too high at the moment. I don't think we need something that waits for this, do we? No, we don't. Okay, the final voyage of the Nocturne. Patch up the holes and bring the Nocturne safely to the Spider Council of Savior's Rocks. You have any to return to your ship? Unlocked with 5 supplies. That's not a good sign. I mean, the hunger meter's almost full. I guess we need to get some more supplies. I'm not gonna risk it. I mean, it's not like running out of supplies immediately ends the game, but well, we just wasted some more time sailing over here. I mean, I didn't know, so what can I do? Let's make sure we have at least 8 supplies. Maybe 9. If we're going to spend 5 there, we want 2 to get there and 2 to get back. I guess we only need 1 to get there and 1 to get back. I guess we can do something to wait since we're here anyway. Sure, is there a something awaits option here? Now I'm like second guessing myself. There's not. Okay, well. I love you. I guess we'll get the port. I said we're trying to get things out of our hole. I guess I'll just grab this port report. Supplies. I said we wanted at least 9. I call more fuel here. Oh, you sorrow spiders. Always making me cart things back and forth. I don't really have much of a sense of what our captain feels about this mission. From a roleplay perspective, I mean. Again, his ambition was to write the Song of the Z, which to me just means exploring everything that can be explored in the Z, including the spiders, I suppose. Alright, the final voyage. Patch up the holes and bring the Nocturne safely to the Spider Council of Savior's Rocks. The crew boards the ship. The supplies are taken on board by the crew members who drew the shortest straws. Despite appearances, the Nocturne will not be difficult to temporarily make Z-worthy. It remains to be seen if it would be sturdy enough to make the journey to Savior's Rocks. Repair the Nocturne. The supplies and a little sailor ingenuity will have her ready for the trip in no time. Ship shape, Vanderbite fashion. Water drips from the cargo hold, the engine screams in protest, and most of the guns are too rusted over to fire. Still, she's ready to sail if treated gently. Okay, so you'd never get her back to Fallen London, but she might survive the trip to Sailor's Rocks. We can do slow sailing. If you didn't know better, you'd think you weren't even moving. You can look out to Z. This Nocturne's lights are low, but the creatures of the Z can see tiny glimmers without squinting, or a moment's reflection. The former captain of the Nocturne sits to one time by a captain remembered the taste of wine. Oh, sure, we'll take a moment's reflection. His body is broken, but his mind remains sharp. For now, at least. Wrapped in fresh bandages to cover his hollow eyes and his borrowed clothes hanging off his emaciated arms, he looks like the kind of corpse even a tomb colonist would think twice to be seen with. Being in his old cabin, however, does appear to be soothing what pain the wine cannot. He'll be ready if trouble strikes. A leak in the cargo bay. It's small but persistent. Go ahead and deal with that. A swift, efficient repair. It won't hold, but it'll have to do. It doesn't have to, not for long. A crewman yelps in sudden fright. It's probably nothing, probably. Shadow Captain, just a won't happen again. He shuffles to the engine room, still shivering. Okay, slow sailing. The wake barely disturbs the sea. Bringing supplies was wise, a good book might have been wiser. A crew member screams in agony and echoes through the empty corridors. A terror from the deep. The duplicitous spiders will pay their due, he whispers, nails digging deep enough into his skull to draw blood. Abandon the vessel, absolve yourself in the depths. This shall be your only warn. He collapses unconscious. Outside, a heavy wave sends the Nocturne rolling. The cracking of its hastily patched hull echoes as it strains to keep out the water. A monster from the deep, it rises the avaricious Lornfluke. Encrusted with weeds and long-forgotten treasures, it heads towards the Nocturne with a singular purpose. There is no talking it down. Battle begins. If you're lucky, it will only kill you. Battle with an avaricious Lornfluke. Something has awakened its enigmatic entity. It turns its full attention upon the Nocturne. I suppose we have to open fire. We are the Iron character, and that is our highest chance of success. The guns of the Nocturne still have some kick. A miss! The Lornfluke lashes back with an attack of pure spite. The presence of the Captain of the Nocturne is providing a considerable boost to skill checks, but this is still a formidable opponent. Okay, try again. A miss! A hit! A crackling of spines! The electric terror in the air breaks, interrupted by a scream beyond human hearing or comprehension. You've lost 2 of its will, down to 8. Alright, well, keep open and fire. A hit. He's winded, if not wounded. Lost 1, down to 7. Another hit, 1 down to 7. Another hit to the spines, 2 down to 4. A miss. We've lost 1 of the Nocturne's integrity. A hit, 1 down to 3. 2 down to 1. Alright, so we killed it. The Lornfluke hesitates. You haven't beaten it, but you have surprised it. Reinforcements from a nightmare. The uncertainty only lasts for a second, before the ancient and angry Lornfluke loses all entertainment in its sport and moves in for the kill. The buzzing air sings of the correspondence of terror that drives men to a watery grave with a sense of gratitude. An ambush. Focused on its prey, the Lornfluke misses the other ship entirely as it speeds out of the dark, a webbed octamaran, seething with legs and life. By the time it senses it, it is too late. The hideous vessel is bearing down on it too fast and too hard to be evaded. The Tree of Ages has it right where it wanted it. We've lost 10 terror? Well, we gained some Z stories. Again, that's what our captain is kind of in the job for. I mean, that's what he's out here trying to do, get more stories. Okay, so the Tree of Ages, no longer just a legend. The cursed octamaran has come for blood, its silk sails blazing the purest red and its webbed hull alive with crawling sorrow spiders. We could assist it. There's enough fight left in you, and they are allies of a sort, for the moment. You have to hope. Or we could say out of the fight, not your ship or your battle. I guess we'll try to help. The Lorn Fluke screams. Your guns pound into it from one side. Cultists attack from the other. Sorrow spiders digging into their minions' eyes guide them as they sink in serrated harpoons tied to silken ropes, wound tightly around their ship. The avaricious Lornfluke fights, pitting all of its power against the Tree of Ages' might. But it is no good. It cannot submerge. It cannot escape. Thousands, perhaps even more, of vicious sorrow spiders flock onto this back, tearing at its spines and sinking in their poisonous teeth. The Lornfluke shrieks and buckles, but can do nothing to stop the onslaught. Finally, exhausted, it can do nothing but be dragged towards whatever fate awaits it in the dark coves of Saviour's Rock. There's a splash as one of the cultists throws a small token of appreciation for your extra assistance. Okay, so he throws a secret, I guess. The Z is quiet once more. All is still, all is well, a relief. The Nocturne would not survive another encounter. A boatload of questions. So much for the Sorrow Spiders being interested in the Nocturne. If it had any secrets, surely they would be acquiring them now. It must be all about the Lornfluke, but why? In any event, the Nocturne will never make it to Saviour's Rock in its current condition. Its original resting place seems as fitting a grave as any, and is close enough to rendezvous with the rest of the crew. Leave the Nocturne to its fate. Return to the ship with the surviving crew. Okay, so if one of our crew died, of the 5 that came with us, at least most of the crew survived. You have hope the others didn't die for nothing, or worse, for something the whole Neath will regret. Yeah, what exactly have we done here? The Nocturne rests. Water seeping in, its spine broken. The Nocturne is finished. Soon it will sink and be forgotten. Leave it to its fate. There's nothing more to be done here. Okay. Well, we didn't even use the 5 supplies that we brought. Okay. I'm not gonna complain. Just curious. That was interesting. I don't know if we are operating on the side of the faction that we agree with philosophically, but I suppose between the spiders and the Lornfluke, there's not really a side that we would agree with. Just 2 ancient enemies that we really didn't have much stake in. Okay, the Festery of Silk. Once a year, the Nativity explodes with forbidden music and color. The Silks, the envy of any in the Neath, stream from every ship in a rainbow of red, green, and gold. Eat, drink, be merry. Let's see if I probably have some notes about what these options do. Festival of Silk. So that'll give you hunger, or reduce your hunger. Joy the entertainments will reduce your terror. Spin a few Z stories. Gives you minus terror and some echoes. We'll go ahead and do that. The emissary spiders will end the Festival of Silk. Okay, let's go ahead and spin a few Z stories. We are pretty good at that, after all, being the person who wrote the Song of the Z. The drunken crowd cheers the promise of tales of adventure. The more fanciful, the better. Did you hear the one about a whole new world to the east, where the moon pines for the heart of the ocean? The crowd is transfixed by stories of their forbidden romance, how she strokes its surface to create the waves, and it reflects her face that might share her smile. We now have 1 of the Festival of Silk begins. It only lasts so long. Okay, well, I mean, as far as the options go that I had written down, this one seems to be the better of the options. Doesn't seem to be changing in any way. What did the other options do one more time, just so I remember? Minus hunger. Minus terror. How many times can we do this? I mean, it's up to 7. Oh wait, the festival is ending. Festival is over. The emissary of spiders. As the festival draws to a close, he waits by the reaches to present your hard-earned reward. So we spent the whole festival telling sea stories to the spiders, or the people who work for the spiders, I guess? I don't know. A gift from the pestiferous masters, the Nocturne, the Lornfluke. Of such things he will not speak, but his masters appear quite content with how things have resolved, even volunteering a prize secret from their own collection as payment. Curiosity can be such a curse, can it not? Says the emissary of spiders. If you are to be absorbed by an enigma, I would heartily recommend it be this. A far safer one than any other you shall find here, to be sure. He bows, and stroking the sorrow spider on his shoulder, he returns to his masters, where a tortured Lornfolk already screams for the sake of a secret that never was, and another the spiders will never tell. Oh, we got a steering enigma out of it. A new resident for Venderbite. The former captain of the Nocturne prays that the compassionate of a fellow captain will provide him passage. There's no returning to fallen London. The tomb colonies will be a fitting retirement. In time, perhaps he will recover from his ordeal. For now, though, a sealed box in the hold awaits. Oh, we can invite the unsettling sage to dinner. His tastes are piscine in the extreme. Captain, hello. A charming ship you have here. A candid discussion. I am accustomed, he admits frankly, to being used as a tool. This is what your mechanic will do. No matter, I am in his debt. My people have made me as a repository of secrets. It will be a relief when that ends. But until then, I shall keep the secrets a little longer. Still, your company is pleasant. This is for you. He hands you a little nodule of deep amber. It is warm to the touch. Okay, got an extraordinary implication, and we've now had dinner with the unsettling sage. Is there more to do with him? You can tell him a story. Yes, something about the lands I have not seen. Half-closed eyes. That is good, yes. Let me tell you something of the Z. Okay, so basically just traded one memory doesn't show us for a Z story. Okay, and then the thing we just got in our hold. Oh, was the other captain? I'm not sure. The honey's for Utter Shroom. I don't see anything looks like a tomb colonist box. And there's our book of sharps. We haven't used it for anything since we got it. I was hoping it would actually do something. But it does not appear to do anything that I can tell. Yeah, I don't see anything that indicates that captain that we just picked up. We can haggle with a silk trader here. Gives you a bolt of spider silk. Well, we were trying to get rid of hold space, but I bought these stupid parabola. In fact, we would have enough hold space now if I hadn't bought this stupid parabola. What does this option even do? 1 foxfire candles. Caught in the webbing, no more than 90. You have 75. I don't know. Our veils is just not high enough for that. Okay, we only have 3 fuel. We better buy 1 more actually. Now that I think about it. That should be enough to get us to Ant Pole. So let's head back to London. That guy wants to go to Venderbite. The guy we just picked up. Do we have any other things we were trying to do other than go down to Uddershroom, which again isn't really necessary. So we went to London, got a crew. We went to Gators Morn. We haven't been to Rack yet, have we? We have not. And we haven't been to Empire of Hands or to Hoot. They're all down here though. Could fill another mirror catch box with sunlight at Acefall. You have to buy one from Con Shadow, I think. Does Scrimshender sell fuel? I don't think it does. Let's just go to the Gonpole and figure it out from there, I suppose. I mean, we could just throw things overboard. I don't really need money. We can buy those things and shellinate the things we need. Oh, there's the Tree of Ages, I think. Can we go talk to it? Probably not. It'll probably attack us. Is that the Tree of Ages? Doesn't look like a tree. Just I'm not gonna fight him. I just want to see. Yeah, that's the Tree of Ages. 25 minutes gained. We don't really have enough fuel to go into an extended battle with something large. Also, again, we never really got the ship we wanted to do combat with. Never had enough money. I guess we may as well descend underwater, because that's where the control is. We did send an animal back to Compol. We could see what that story does now that we finished the Heraspix's story quest, or just story, I guess is the right way to say it. It's another Thalate. Again, but we don't really have fuel to do into any extended battles at the moment. So we will not be engaging with him. There's a couple things down here. Oh, there's that ship again, the Irrepressible. We sunk it already once. I guess it's back. I guess it's back. I don't know. Okay, so we can join a feeding frenzy, or we can eat it. We'll never be that hungry. I don't think we would join a feeding frenzy, but we gained hunger. At polite distance, you avert your eyes as the gory feast continues. The old sailors devour handfuls of raw, quivering blubber and entrails, and drag most of what remains into the dark. The Gantpool's other inhabitants emerge to squabble over what little remains. Okay, so it just gives you fragments, basically. We haven't tried this once since we have become the Heraspicer's successor. Okay, nothing has changed there. We came here to buy fuel and supplies. Our hold spot. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we just sailing right back to London to get rid of stuff on our hold? I'd like to at least go to Dahoot. Let's go to Dahoot. And then back to London, I guess. Although if we're going to Dahoot, should we not go to Empire of Hands? I'm not trying to finish this mission, now that I think about it. Because we also still have to deliver like a lot more supplies to do that mission. I don't know, it's just... I'm trying to end the game on this character. Which one of these three have we not done? Whalebones. We've done 2 of them. Whalebones. We haven't done Harvest the Stygian. Oh, we actually need Stygian Ivory. I mean, we're probably not going to be able to hold it in our hold. Okay, well. We got 1 Stygian Ivory. It's worth like 20 or something. We're going to Dahoot. Oh, here's the recurring nightmare thing. Let's go deeper into the nightmare. On across the sea, beneath you the eye grows wider, the water begins to warm, to steam. Remove your garments and maybe seen. You keep saying that same thing. We're now up to 4 menaces, nightmare strength. Hope this doesn't kill us. Doesn't sound like it's lethal. But you never know with these menaces. What do we got here? Some supplies or torpedo components or something. More torpedo components. Again, we've never even had a gun that fires torpedoes, but well, that's okay. Guess we could just pop in real fast and Fathom King's Hold. Maybe there'll be something there to get out of our hold. Probably not. We can get rid of this unclear device at some point if we ever get one more hold space. Just enjoying the music. I do like the music in this game. don't think there's anything to do here, but we can get rid of a Shintalai for a white Mollyflower. We have 3 of them now? Jeez, okay. Dahoot. I don't think we need to go to Polythreme. At one point we had those Watchful Curios in our hold. Actually, we still have 1. I guess we'll go to Polythreme just to get rid of that 1 Watchful Curio. I don't know why I kept it, but I did. Endure, forlorn, obey, commingle. I'm not gonna waver something away. I don't think there's anything to do here. I'm just gonna exchange my Watchful Idol real fast. And then leave. Anything to sell? Could sell a Judgment's Egg. Could sell our Weird Clay at this point. I don't know that we still need it. It's only good when you want to get rid of the 3/4, basically. It has less iron now than this object. We don't really need the engine power. Yeah, we're trying to get things out of our hold. Let's just sell it. I don't think we need it anymore. Now that we have the Song of the Z. Can't see myself unequipping that anytime soon. Alright, well Dahoot is one of the places we haven't finished the story, or at least progressed it to the point where it repeats. I don't know if it has a true ending or not. We've been trying to get all 3 of their song types. I think we have the song and counterpoint and the love song. No, we have the hymn. Let's see. We have the hymn. I think we have one other one. I don't know which one we have. I think we have one of the other ones. There's a love song and a song and counterpoint. We will wait for something awaits here. I think we need it to progress the story. Okay, we'll go ahead and go in. We've done this many times. Normally we do this option. What do these options do again? I'm frustrated with myself for not remembering anything in this game. Observe the bonfire. Gives you plus clarity and enthrallment. Keep the place gives you minus terror plus enthrallment. I guess we could try to observe the bonfire. Failed. Maybe we still gain 4 clarity though. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to gain clarity. Actually, which one are we trying to do? Crap. We have the hymn. Is that the only one we have? Do we have the Drawny Song and counterpoint? I wish this game had a search button. You'd think it'd be down here with the other one. I don't see any other one other than the Drawny hymn. Last time we did the one where you listen, you linger. So we did the Midsummer Festival last time. So as long as we do one of the other ones, either the Midwinter Emptying of the Prison or the Liturgy of Souls. Okay, just don't do the Midsummer Festival option. want to. We don't want to do the Midsummer Festival. Do we have to take the Mollyflower? That's what we have to do next. Let's go ahead and partake of the Mollyflower. Liturgy of Souls. We haven't done that. We haven't done that one. Keep awake. Gives you the hymn, but we already have the hymn. I thought we did this one last time, the Midsummer Festival. Is there anything else we can do now? Can read an unread log. Sure, we never tried that. Let's see what happens. The log rhapsodizes about a visit to Jahut, the foods, the dances, the affection and beauty of the Drownies, the roses that grow to the size of cabbages, the herds of fish. I would have stayed here all my life, except that my first mate was afraid of the food in the place and refused to eat it. She pressed me again and again to take her somewhere else before she starved, so finally I agreed to take her away to another place, always intending to go back to Jahut, but my submarine being damaged on the voyage, I could not return. None of these options seem to do anything. Like, I feel like I'm just going in loops. The Liturgy of Souls option is back. It's now a tough challenge. I don't know. I guess I'll take one more white Mollyflower and... Oh, wait, that's not an option anymore. I could sing the hymn, but the whole point is to get the hymns. Yeah, I guess I didn't do this right. Oh, we get a secret and one clarity, or I mean a secret and 100 fragments, which that's never bad, I guess. But we didn't get a hymn. I guess I have to pay a little closer attention to what's going on there, because okay, we can sell our Prevalent in here. Oh, thank God. Okay, we don't have to go back to London. Okay, we have 40 hold spaces now, technically. So we need to go to... Where did I say we could buy these from? Stygian. Ivory. There was one that was pretty close, wasn't there? Was it Nook? I think I sold the... Conch Shadow we can buy in Conch Shadow. Or the Shellnate. We just passed the Shellnate. Okay, let's go back to the Shellnate, I guess. Yeah, Nook, but I don't have any more wine to enter Nook, right? I used my last wine that I had in my hold. Can I sell these candles? Did anybody want to buy some candles? Not here, obviously, but I mean... I do want to buy some more supplies and fuel. I guess I'm just going to jettison some of these candles. This unclear device, I don't need that thing. Can't jettison the unsettling sage. I'll just jettison a few candles, I guess. It's a shame, but we need 40 hold spaces. Why does it say 43 out of 80 still when I just jettisoned a bunch of stuff? I'm confused. Wasn't it... I don't know. Anyways, let's go to the Shellnate. And then we'll go down to... Actually... Scrimshander also sells them, but Shellnate's basically the same distance. The problem is we're gonna have to get more fuel and supplies when we get there. Now we gotta get rid of this bolts of spider silk and stuff too. And it's delivery of hydrogen. this coffee and this prisoner's honey and all this other stuff that's in our hold. Ah, frustrating. I guess we'll get rid of this one shintalak again in Feather King's hold. Not the most exciting gameplay here, just trying to get things out of, I don't know, I can just throw things overboard like I did with the candles, I mean, it's whatever, but I'm on my way up to the shell anyway, may as well just pop in here real fast and trade that white molly flower again. Yeah, I don't really understand that Dahoot. I know there's two axes, there's enthrallment and there's clarity. Depending on how high your enthrallment and your clarity are, you can go into some of the different ending scenarios for the event. But I thought that the one that I had done before was the Midsummer Festival, but then I looked at my notes, and it looks like I had done the other one. So I'm not sure. And then I couldn't even do the liturgy, so I got one secret out of it anyway, so it didn't end up being the worst. One secret and 100 fragments, which is like another third of a secret, basically. So that was good as far as that goes, but once we get down here, we'll have to stop and probably buy more supplies, the number of hands. You can't buy, I mean, you can buy supplies there, but fuel is like 60 a barrel or something. So I'll have to get to Eagle maybe? Is that a place we can buy fuel once we leave? Once we drop off all 40 of our Stygian ivory? Yeah, we can buy stuff in Eagle. Okay, so we just have to get from King's Castle to Empire Pants to get enough fuel to get to Eagle, basically. Because we're not going to have enough hold space to carry us a significant amount with us. Alright, well, we'll get the 40 Stygian ivory, and then we will fill up the rest of our hold with supplies and fuel. This will be interesting. I don't think I've ever done this mission for the tireless mechanic. At least I don't remember doing it, although I don't remember a lot of things that I did in this game, so could be wrong. Okay, we could do this hunting trophy. It's not in our hold though. Neither are our element artifacts, so it doesn't really matter. Sure, why not? Maybe we'll get enough of this to trade to our Scion. Alright, 40 Stygian ivory. We have 9 spots left. Can't buy supplies here, we can do it at Gauntfall here real fast. Fill up with fuel and supplies as much as we can hold. And then we're going to King Eater's Castle. With all the stuff we've acquired for this freaking mechanics quest. This is quite the journey we've been on for this officer. It's been a long and winding road. Okay, let's buy some of those, some of those, some more of those, some more of those, more of those. Alright, that's all we can hold. We could also just throw away more things in our hold. Let's get rid of these candles. The honey. The muters, the wakeful idol we don't need. I don't even think there's anything for us to turn that into anymore. Get rid of one of the coffees. Get rid of both the coffees, it's whatever. We don't really need this spider silk either, to be honest, but it should be enough. Fuel and supplies, I hope. I hate just throwing things away. It's like there's some term for that human it's a very human like sensation, right? Like even if it's only worth like 20 echoes or whatever, like the thought of like throwing away something that you collected is just like it's so difficult. Like I spent my time, you know, and my efforts getting that thing. Like even if it's not worth anything, you know, it's like I don't want to just throw it away. You know, hoarder or whatever. But we don't really need much money anymore in this game. I just let it alone for like. At one point I was trying to hunt those guys for secrets. But I don't really want to waste my fuel and supplies right now when my whole entire hold is full of this Stygian ivory. Otherwise I would. Go ahead and fight that guy, but we are on a mission. We're a man with a plan. Go ahead and gather some beachcombing. And just get some food. This usually gives you food, right? Okay, gave us nothing. Oh wait, here it is. I lost some hunger at least. Okay. At least it didn't take up space on our hold. That's good. We'll pop in at the Empire of Hands real fast. We drop. Oh, we can drop off that hydrogen that we've been carrying as well. That's one more hold space gone. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to finish the Empire of Hands quest before I end the game. There's really just no reason to. I mean, other than just like the benefit of completing a story. You know, the personal sense of accomplishment you gain. And the interesting of reading what happens with the story. I mean, we did spend a lot of time doing stuff for the Empire of Hands, so like, I would like to finish it, but you have to ferry a lot more supplies. I have to ferry at least 60 supplies over here, which, again, we could do now, especially now that our hold is empty. We could just go somewhere that's nearby and buy a bunch of supplies and come back, but like, yeah. So we're actually done with the fuel, so we got 100 of the fuel. Now we just need, they need 60 more supplies we'd have to ferry here. 60 supplies, let's say they buy them for 20 each, essentially. 20 times 60, oops. 1,200, I mean, we certainly could afford it. I'm like talking myself into this, actually. Maybe I will do this. But, can't do it at the moment. I don't think there's anything to do here. Nothing here they want to trade. This place is where you can trade stuff. I could trade the honey here, but I was saving this for the udder shroom. I think it just gives you wine, if I remember correctly. Fire of Hands. Gift of honey. Gives you 2 runic literature. Okay, well I don't need that, so. The one thing we can do is use our something awaits back at the port here. And nothing happened. Okay. We have enough fuel and supplies to get to King Lear's castle, I think, and back. Maybe I'll just buy one more fuel over here. Fuel's like the... It's so bad to buy fuel here. 60 echoes for 1 fuel. I guess we can always do it on the way back if we really need to. Not sure if we do. I'm not sure if we do need to or not. It's gonna, yeah, we're gonna need more fuel. I want to have enough to get to Eagle. I want to get down to here, like 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we really need like 1 more fuel. Alarm fluke. I don't think those drop fuel, unfortunately. I guess running out of fuel isn't the end of the world. You can like, we have it happen to us once. You can like search. You can basically exchange 2 supplies for 1 fuel. Maybe we can do that. I hate to send 60. I don't know why I cared that much. I mean, it's only like a few echoes. It's like not that big of a deal. Alright, well, this should be interesting. Like I said, this has been a pretty major quest or major story we've been working on for this mission. Hopefully he doesn't kill us. I always say that. Hopefully it won't kill us. We should probably wait for something to wait, I suppose. Alright, construct the Fulgent Impeller. Under directions from the mechanic, your crew piece the slabs of black ivory together as the ancients were said to assemble stone walls without mortar. Sometimes they must saw a piece in half or braid its sides to make it fit, but the work proceeds with surprising speed. The impeller begins to take shape, a squat, heavy-shouldered shape, like a scarecrow built to resemble an engine. Oh, it's an engine. I don't think this is engineering anymore, the mechanic confides. Possibly it's witchcraft, but I don't really mind. He rubs his hands. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff we had to do to get all this together, man. This was super hard to get. This was, I mean, expensive and took a lot of hold space. This we had to go to the final room in Frostfam. We had to exchange like 3 or 4 of our stats just to get there, as well as a number of other things. The Unsettling Sage we had to ransom from Wisdom. We got our hearts all the way up to 153, and we still only had a 52% chance to succeed that challenge. 1 casket of sapphire is worth about 100 echoes. And the materials for the impeller, I don't even remember where we got these from, as well as having 5 crew. Man, let's get the part while we're here also. But yeah, this has been quite the journey. Destiny's Engine. Now the mechanic wraps ivory segments with wire and scalds them with acid. He steams them with blood. I'll need some of yours too, he says apologetically. You're the captain. He studs the bones with sapphires. He has sailors bring up his last 2 custom-made components, an assemblage of copper tubes in which he places the element of dawn, and a steel capsule the size of a barrel, which he has the sailors lock into the impeller's black bone core. Almost ready, he affirms. It just needs a spark and a heart. He looks to the Unsettling Sage. Yes, I know, the sage says a little sadly. The heart is Destiny's engine. He climbs into the capsule at the impeller's heart and locks the framework into place behind him. The mechanic strikes the tubes which contain the element, and it spits forth a sizzle of rosy light. The ivory blazes instantly with energy. The capsule, instantly incandescent with heat, seals shut forever. With a ticking sound, it slowly begins to cool. The impeller stands radiant and with whole before you, a jigsaw of heatlessly blazing ivory with a martyr at its core. What a relief, the mechanic says. I wasn't entirely sure that would work. He claps you on the shoulder. My work is done. Thank you. Thank you. You've learnt the mechanic stole a secret from the dreams of the stone pigs. We now have 1. The Fulgent Impeller. These are the forces that drive the bazaar. The impeller runs very, very hot. Okay. What is it? Is it an item? It's not the serpentine. Oh, it's this thing. Okay, so it's an engine. It's a 5,000 engine. Holy smokes, with 50% fuel efficiency. Wow, that is an amazing engine. It's twice as fast, almost, as our best engine, and it has 50% fuel efficiency. It also gives you 5 iron and 5 mirrors. Well, I mean, was it worth it? Who knows? But we definitely did it. Man, I'm gonna take a sip of water. One thing you can say about this game is that there is a certain sense of accomplishment when you complete something like that, because that was a lot of stuff to get all that done. Been working on that. This is one of our first officers. We've been working on that almost the entire game. So what does the 50% fuel efficiency mean for us? It's, oh, what is this one? I think we just do eyes on deck, right? Yeah, we've had that pop up a number of times. Alright, we're going to Eigel just to get some... We don't need to do anything to get into Eigel, right? There's no like... Oh, hello, Epic Store. We don't need... Yeah, we don't need to like have wine or anything to get into Eigel. Oh yeah, we are cruising now. Look at that. Look at how fast we're moving. Feels good, man. Wish you could have done this. I wish we could have done this earlier and had this speed throughout the whole game. But I mean, obviously, it was really hard to do that to do that mission. I mean, we could have tried to free the Unsettling Sage earlier. I don't know. Like I said, we got our hearts all the way up to 153 at the point where we tried it. It was still only a 52% chance. It's not clear what would happen if you had failed. I thought originally it might take the money from you, but that doesn't really make any sense. They've just not agreed to the ransom, so I don't know. Maybe you could have just kept trying it. Maybe we would have got like a wound or something. Then you could have kept trying it over and over again. We'll stop with the other stream, I think, on the way back. But we just need to make sure we get the fuel first. Actually, looks like we have enough fuel, but whatever. Yeah, we are really cruising now, man. This thing is speedy. I'm loving this engine. Now I kind of want to go finish the Empire of the Hand story. We need 60 supplies. I guess we could just buy them in Igel, to be honest. Go like buy a bunch of supplies in Igel and then go over to the Empire of Hands. Yeah, why not? We may as well. We have the money. We can't. You can't really take the money with you. You can pass like some of it on to your next character, but not a ton. And you have to. You only have the option to pass on a certain number of things when you change character when you finish the characters. So you can either pass on some of your money, or you can pass on like other things. So what does this do exactly? This will reduce your taste of freedom by quality by 5. You'll be able to spend less time in Nook each visit, but will gain less terror upon leaving. I still don't know exactly what that means. Anyways, I just came here to buy fuel and supplies. I guess I'll just fill my cargo up with supplies and just go take them over to... I could have sold our coffee beans here instead of throwing them into the water like I did. Oh well. Yeah, I guess I'll just buy supplies here and take them over to the Empire of Hands. Maybe I'll get like 8 fuel and buy the rest in supplies. Then I'll come back and do it again. Not sure exactly how this exchange mission is going to work, but we'll try it out. It's just like right over there, so it's not like we have to go very far. Actually, wait, you can buy supplies in Empire of Hands, can't you? Aren't there only 20 there? Why don't they just use their own supplies to fuel the Zeppelin? Maybe I just wasted a bunch of money, I don't know. Sometimes the stories in this game don't necessarily make the most sense. But yeah, I mean, that was quite the mission. I'd say that's probably one of the hardest things to do in the game, or the most time-consuming. I mean, the fact you have to have your stats up that high. There are other harder things. I think the final mission in Frostbound is also very difficult to do. And we saw at the beginning that southern exploration quality killed all of our crew that one time. And I think you have to do it for all the cardinal directions. I don't know what happens when you go the other directions, but something equally as bad, I assume. Alright, so how does this supply exchange going to work here exactly? Contribute 5 supplies. You have 40. Oh wait, the Zeppelin's complete? Oh, I thought I had to contribute 60 more supplies. Time to return to the exquisite seneschal for your reward. Okay, well I ended up buying way more supplies than I needed. Oops. Escort to the Wild Weald Court. The overseers dispatch a pair of spare monkeys to row you to Sovereign Island. The trip is endlessly more pleasurable without having to do the rowing. By the time you arrive, the exquisite seneschal has already summoned the court. The monkeys of every status line the silent gallery, awaiting the pleasure of the Emperor. Hero of the Wild Weald Court! There is no applause as you walk into the silent gallery. There is, however, a measure of gratitude and grudging respect buzzing in the air. The exquisite seneschal addresses the crowd. My fellows, my friends, a great new era is upon us. Soon the great exodus shall begin, and we shall forge the second great empire in a land far, far away. It will require everything we have and more. Only if we all pull together, from our highest to our lowest, one united empire striding forward in unison, can we prove ourselves worthy of the souls we have claimed. She pauses, gestures to you. But we would not be here without one human, one with the bravery to stand against the prejudices of the Bat People. By the imperial decree, it shall therefore be our guest's honor to give name to the instrument of our salvation. She turns to you. The monkeys lean in expectantly. Your empire of hands and infernal trade agreement quality is gone. Empire Crispin. Okay, so we have to name their Zeppelin. What would our character want to name it? The Pentecost Ascendant? The Pax Imperialis? The Endless Reach? The Second Lineage? Or the Flying Monkey? I like the Second Lineage for this character. I don't know why. It just feels right to me. You murmur your chosen name. The exquisite seneschal listens, nods, and turns to the audience. The human has spoken, she shouts. Our salvation shall be named. The soaring glory of Emperor Christian IV, greatest of his name. Crispin IV. With a slight raise of his right paw, the Emperor graciously gives the audience permission to whoop. Bloody monkeys. At least they pay out as promised. 3 Radiant Cinders, so we could exchange these for... Wait, we can change them here. Wait. What are we going to do with 3... Yeah, because you trade them here, right? Wait, are they still here, or have they left? We get no Judgment's Egg. I don't know what else you can do with Radiant Cinders. I mean, let's get another Judgment's Egg. I'll keep one, I guess, just for posterity's sake, but, okay, well, so wait, they are still here? Like, I don't understand, like... Oh, okay, there's more to talk to him here, okay. So, we could steal the Zeppelin. Now, there's an idea. A shame it is so well guarded. You would need to get behind him if you want to stab him in the back. That's not really what our character would do. We're not a backstabber. A destination past the uttermost edge. Before the Devlin Kingdom bar, the monkeys must agree on a destination. Suggest they head east. A destination in the Elder Continent. Before the Devlin Kingdom bar, the monkeys must agree on a destination. Suggest they head south. I guess I suggest they head east. I don't know. Uncharted Z. Who knows what lies beyond the darkness? The Pentecost apes would not simply be explorers, but pioneers, the first known travelers out in the darknesses where none have ever heard of humans. Probably. It's not a tale you can tell with any real conviction, but it boosts their ego. As you leave, they are already arguing over the wardrobe that they will need to give the best impression on their future friends and slaves. Okay. I don't understand why this is called Gain the Emperor's Favor, Steal the Zeppelin, question mark. Who is the Emperor's favorite? Is it this guy? I don't understand this option. Steal the Zeppelin? No, there's an idea. I guess I'll click on it just to see what happens. An offer is made. The exquisite seneschal bows slightly. You have done quite enough for the court, she assures you. None could possibly ask for a finer friend too. The human may approach. The seneschal's powdered face turns a shade paler. Her master's voice. The exquisite seneschal falls silent as you approach the golden throne, close enough to see the fury in the Emperor's eyes. Behind the mask. Your preple, your precious admiralty, he pauses to spit. Your bat masters, do not think us unaware of what you say about us in your ivory towers, us poor little primitives, daring to dream ourselves your equals. The exquisite seneschal backs away. Her emperor's tone is caramel laced with glass, 15 souls united in hate. You wish my favor, he gestures for a box. I wish for fire, I wish for flame. I wish for those who have starved us to lie on the streets, their corpses spurned by their rats and the mangiest of your hounds. All this was to come to pass before the voyage. All was planned, but time. The box is pressed into your hands. I will grant you a chance, then, to use it as you will. Deliver this, throw it to the Z, it matters little. If not today, then some generation hence, your people shall learn regret for their sins. Let me, however, travel on the wings of that satisfaction, and you shall stand by me in the Second Empire. He flicks the hand. Now get out of my sight. We now have one of this. Empire of Hands, the Monkey Emperor's Wrath. A box of incendiary documents. Simply being aware of some of them is against laws too secret to have been written. Okay. Okay. I wasn't really intending to piss him off. Like, it was really unclear to me what that option was. So I just wanted to see what it did, but guess I pissed him off. The Zeppelin's complete, right? Oh, the Pentecost. Oh, okay, so you can steal the Zeppelin. This will end your game. We can't do it though because we don't have. So we would have needed to convince him. No, we just don't have. We don't have a traveling light. No, we have this. Do we not have Salt's attention? Hang on a second here. I'm not trying to do it. I'm just curious. Where's the God's attention? Gods of the Z. Oh, we have Salt's attention. Not sure why that's not an option. Because we have 2. Is it? Oh, you need 2. You have 1. Oh, so you need more favor with the Emperor. How could we have gotten more favor with that? Like there was no option. There was no dialogue options. Again, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to end the game that way, but like, yeah, I don't know what we could have done differently. Oh well. Again, I'm not trying to do it on this playthrough, but I guess we could just watch it fly away. Could destroy it if I had 1 flare. I'm not trying to do that. Alright, Flight of the Soaring Glory. The Pentecost apes are ready to depart. I have enough fuel to get out of here, right? If they all leave, I may be stuck here. Dawn of a New Empire. You watch the launch preparations of the Soaring Glory of Emperor Crispin IV, greatest of his name, surrounded by hundreds of excited monkeys. The Emperor is carried past the guards and up the ramp on a sedan chair. After him, in uniforms of gold and purple, walk the nobility. They are followed by the mandarins, led by the exquisite seneschal. Next aboard are the lower-souled monkeys who... The guards open fire with their rifles, holding back the crowd as the ramp is pulled up. A sea of betrayed faces can only stare in horror as the soaring glory rises into the sky and away to the east, taking with it their stockpiled food and the last of their hopes. They howl, gross anger with new voice. Wait, I lost this thing already? Okay. I honestly don't understand what just happened. The Zeppelin is gone, the court remains. They released the delightful adventurous. Can't tempters come to the court. Today the sprawling palace is called the Wildwood Court. Tomorrow, who knows? This is the same description. If you try to enter, what happens? An empire betrayed, outsiders no longer. Who betrayed who? I don't understand. She sees you over the crowd. Ah, she shouts, Capitano. She strides through the crowd, her hair and clothes encrusted with dry bits of egg and tomato and things better not even recognize. Capitan, I wanted you to know, I bear you no grudges. Have you ever been to a place called, oh, Savior's Rocks? The monkeys tell me it is most interesting. You have to run faster in the past, but not often. You have run faster in the past, but not often. And no more working with her. Okay, well, again, I don't fully understand what just happened. So there's still the mayor here. Darling, do come in, the civilized mayor bird. Whatever can I do for you? The soul of the delightful emperor sits comfortably in him, a foul-souled ape of cold ambition and very few scruples. Okay, so he's still here. Still do shore leave. Okay, well, I guess the emperor got in the Zeppelin and flew away without the monkeys. Like, I guess. I didn't fully grasp what happened at the end of that. I'll have to look back at the video and look a little more closely what the options were, because I do not understand what just happened. So it does make me think that that was the way to get this other option here, this rise high and go east. I think this is what we could have, because yeah, it even said a traveling light, like you required 0. Okay, so this is for sure this, I'm pretty sure. Need 2 of the Emperor's favor though? Like we need 2, like the option wasn't available to us. He was mad at us when we talked to him. I don't know how you do that. Yeah, We saw this. I think this was this option, but I don't know how to do it. Not gonna fight these guys. We've killed them a number of times, and they dropped basically one loot crate with the supplies. Totally not worth it. We'll exchange some honey with these Blummingans. Again, I'm not really going to try to complete the Blummingan story, if there even is a completion to it, because it hasn't seemed that interesting. I guess we're just like spreading the Edershroom spores around the Undersea. Like this is a sentient mushroom or something, I guess. The Edershroom. We're spreading his spores for it around the Undersea. Like I said, I don't know if there's like an ending to this, or if you can just do it. I mean, certainly there is a certain number of ports where you can actually spawn them. I mean, at some point. Is it taking up 2 spaces on our hold for every time we do this? Because 1 for the Blummingen and it's giving us a supply. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're not like we're not at hold space anymore. We can visit the village. We don't have any more strange catches. Sure, we'll visit the village. Gain 1 more distant shores. Okay, we do need some more fuel. We could go back to Igel, or we could just go to... Yeah, not a lot of other places to buy fuel nearby. I guess we have to go to Igel. I don't think Polytherm sells fuel, does it? It does not. What about Dahoot? We can't get into Dahoot. Well, we can go to the shops or at least, right? Oh yeah, we can buy fuel in Dahoot. Okay, we'll just go to Dahoot. We have enough fuel to get there, and we're cruising. Warp speed, Scotty. This sucker is going fast. Yeah, I'll have to pay more attention to that monkey story next time. So if I do want to try to do that mission. I do not understand how we could have gotten on that Zeppelin with them. We could have burned it. We could have shot a flare at it and burned it to the ground, but that wouldn't have accomplished what we were trying to do. Yeah, now we would have stolen from them. It was weird because the text was like... The text was like gain the Emperor's favor. That was like the highlight, the bolded text for the option. But then like the subtext was all about like trying to steal the Zeppelin from him. So like I don't really understand how those were related. Like what did his favor have to do with us stealing the Zeppelin from him? I guess he was stealing the Zeppelin from the other monkeys. I guess is really what it was. Is really what was happening. Like he was stealing the Zeppelin from them. Yeah, I guess that's really what was happening. So you would have had like gain his favor, so you could join him in his treachery. I guess. I'm not sure. But what could we have done to gain his favor? Like that's the part I don't understand. I didn't see any other options that we did every option we could. Like I didn't see anything else we could have done. So Triskeligan. Do we have to try to kill one of those? Yeah, this way through. We have to try to kill that one. We're not like low on crew or holes turning through anything, are we? No. Just making sure. No, I don't want to get in this stupid current thing. Does it affect him in any way? God, how do we get out of this stupid current? Triskelegant. Harpoon it. It's a risk, but Fawn will pay double for anything pole and line caught. I mean, we are an iron captain. We'll see what this does. I got a live specimen. 5 more Stygian ivory that we don't need anymore. The winch creaks and whines as the beast tries to bore itself further into the dark below, but the hauling line holds. Finally, the Triskelegant is spent. It floats, turning gently like a child's pinwheel. This does kind of look like a pinwheel. You haul the thing in with care, but it disintegrates on the cargo floor. Luckily, there are glints of value amid the slathering that specimen from what I'm understanding. I'm minorly curious to go back to Rack, actually, just because, like, I feel like there was more story we could... I'm not gonna, like, you know, like, spend another 2-hour session progressing the story in Rack, but I think it's worth to go back here one more time before we finish this character to see... Are we done with this character? Actually, we still have to try to do... Actually, what does this guy talk about now? Anything? Nothing? Okay, he hasn't changed. Interesting. He didn't become, like, the wakeful mechanic or anything. But anyways, there's still this guy. He's like the last... Oh, we haven't gone to Port Cecil also. Actually, we should go to Port Cecil. Oh, do we want to try to do this, I guess is the question. How many secrets do we have? We have 3. I wanted to do this option, but I just don't see us getting to 175 parts. Let's go to Rack. We're almost there. I kind of want to go to Port Cecil, and let's do the Necrus Outcast. This will be the mission that's like, oh wait, one more thing. I didn't finish that one other thing. But no, I think those are the only 2 things I haven't done. Oh, there's the Carnean Exile. I guess we could go to Frostfound. I did want to go to Frostfound, didn't I? Okay, well, tack on another thing to do with this mission. We need to go to Frostfound and Port Cecil. How much money do we have? Yeah, we got plenty of money to do supplies and stuff around the area. I mean, on our way around. Because there's been this thing where we've been getting closer to the king. What was this thing that he wanted us to do? Go to Tahoot for the fair. Oh, we were in Tahoot. This is why I thought this is the guy who was talking about Mutton Island. Yeah, I don't fully understand. I'm gonna put a bugging on a shore here. Let's say it's tether first. I don't know which ones we're on. We've done all before. Try down the bone again, I guess. Here's a new one. The Vibrant Lady of the House. In another tether vision, you plan to meet at the second bell. The vibrant lady of the house slips from her high window. You watch how she moves as she climbs down the ivy. You save your laughter until you're away from the walls by a black lake. Wild flowers grow by the water. She makes you a crown of them and nestles it on your head. Would that I could make you a lord, she sighs. You kiss her. You are her lover, and that's enough. Okay. We'll go ahead and put up Lemming ashore. Inspiration. Do I still have my notes about Lemming propagation? I do, but I didn't have Rack on the list of places to try out. Billigan seems to totter down the hall. It pauses before a damp, stinking patch of sawdust to write a couplet in the detritus. Yes, it will certainly be at home here. Detritus, that's how you spell that word. Does the city get any better? Oh, you have done well. Supplies have floated in from the broken shores like manna from heaven. The city is bigger too, with new wrecks added to it. The king has given one of the new holes a name in Gaelic. Few understand the meaning, but everyone is sure it was in your honor. Okay, interesting. I can sell our bolts and spider cylinder. Oh, you can buy romantic literature here now. Oh, now the fuel's a lot cheaper too. Okay, interesting. So Rack is getting better than it was before. I still don't really understand. I have in my notes that he wanted us to go to Tahoot, and we just came from Tahoot. I didn't see any option for him there. Oh. I could look at my journal real fast to see if anything under Rack like says anything interesting. We are co-conquerors of the world. We've done the knife the least. We've done bone and cup quite a bit. We've done knife the least. Something might grow into... Oh, that's right. We planted the sapphire. That's right. We did this. Something might grow into hoot. Well, it hasn't grown yet. Yeah, we buried the Shintolex into Hood. When two are who are exchanged. Yeah, we did that. Okay. We are co-conquerors of the world. Okay. I said we wanted to go to Frostfound and Port Cecil. Let's do Let's go Frostfound first. We'll spend all of our seekers raising our hearts as high as we can. Should we go to London on the way out? Is there any reason to go back to London? I can't think of any reason to go back to London. We could try to propagate up Blemmingen at the Salt Lions. There's these ships. These ships are always around that way. These two ships. Seems like they're always here at least. Just gonna see if we can propagate a Blemmingen. Oh, we can. Put a Blemmingen ashore. Scenting something familiar. The Blemmingen scales the face of the North Lion, squeezing fine tendrils into the narrowest of cracks, pressing on the unmaker's abandoned encampment. Leave it groping blindly at the laces of a tent, twittering softly. Okay. I certainly did that, didn't I? I certainly did that. Now we're going up to Frostfound. Let's see if they can propagate some Blemmingens along the way. Maybe we haven't propagated one of Gator's more. Let's see. Oh no, one of my notes. I do love how fast this ship is now. Yeah, we are cruising. Hope we can pass this engine onto our Scion. Not sure if that's an option or not. That'd be kind of cool. Start a new character with this engine. It'd make the game way easier, or way shorter, I guess I should say. And easier. I mean, you wouldn't have to spend as much money on fuel, supplies, managing your terror, all that stuff. It comes from staying out easy. Any Blemmingens? Here we go. Introduce Blemmingens to the Morn. So many nooks, so many crannies, so many villains. It seems only appropriate. Off it goes, into the teeming, stinking hollows of stalagmite. Probably it'll just end up in a pirate's pot. Probably. Go ahead and explore the more. We don't need to do any more of the other stuff. Your future. We've done this before. Actually, we clicked on this before. It passes a soldier. We can pray to the god called Salt. Oh, you lose your attention. Oh, you gain 2 mirrors and 2 pages. Holy smokes. You look east, where the Z and the roof are one in the mist. Your gaze unlocks the horizon like a puzzle box. Beneath is reconfigured and transfigured. It lasts a single heartbeat. Okay, well. Not sure I was expecting that, but let's try to propagate a Blemmingen onto Mo Island also while we're here. This is going to be a long session, but I'm trying to wrap up our character's playthrough here. It's been a long and winding journey for our Captain Duncan, citizen of the Unterzee, a veteran of the war between London and Hell. He was jaded with his experience there, disillusioned with the leadership of both London and Hell. Kind of homecoming, the Blemmingen proposes itself into a springing leap up a bulbous trunk around into the thickets. It whistles as it goes. It's deeper in the fungal jungle. Whistling rises response. There are already Blemmingens here. Okay, so you can't do it on Demo Island. Okay. My future self will not try to put Blemmingens here. try Anth? Not sure if I tried Anth or not. Yeah, screw it. Let's just head back over to Frostfam. I don't want to go around to every port in the world. I'm just kind of doing the ones that are close. We haven't been back to Abbey Rock in a while since we helped the adventuress, one of our officers who died here in a great battle with something the sisters had that she fought. I don't even remember what it was exactly. Let's go and fight this little Gilliflower. Hello, friend. We will scoop it up. Yeah, one strange catch. Oh, I want to try using a strange catch that one time. How does this thing work? When you click on it, lure a submerged Z beast to the surface. Oh, it's like when they go underwater, like when we fought the Lorn fluke that one time. Like we went underwater for a while. And you can lure it back up with a strange catch. Don't need Shintalak. We don't have any recent news. Can reduce our terror. Actually, we do need to reduce our terror to go into Frostbound. Sure, why not? And we got this. We got the a narrow hospitality. The muscular prioress inspects your trophy. I'll put it with the others, she says. Her tone suggests grudging respect. You and no more than 3 sailors are invited to dine with them that evening. And you do, on the black laver bread and overcooked cavern trout, among fierce women with spiked rosaries. One of them hacks up her throat with an axe. But at the end of the evening, when the plates are cleared away, the room goes quiet. A tall nun with a startling strabismus sings in a rich, deep voice like a stolen sunset above the hills of her homeland, far above. Firelight flickers on the faces of your crew. Very descriptive. Okay. No more than a propagation option. Yeah, we're just reminiscing about our captain. He became a sea captain, like I said, because he was disenchanted with his life in London, the town, and whatnot. He had quite the number of adventures on the sea. I mean, we did many things. We had at least 77 memories of distant shores, at least 77 tales of terror in our journeys. Is this the pirate poet? We could fight everyone last time for old time's sake. No, it's just a steam pirate penance. Or a pirate steam penance. It was not the pirate poet. Again, I'm not expecting to be able to do much here in Frostbound, but I just want to try this one time before we end this recording and play session. We went here once to the penultimate room, but I want to try to get to the final room. And I also want to go over to Closeason and turn in the rubbery man officer. He's been in our hold for a while. He's been helping us a little bit. He helped us raise our stats above 150, above 100. He was the only officer I had that could raise it above 100. Although I had 2 other officers at one point. I had the adventuress we just talked about losing. I say losing. I mean she chose to end her life in the sisterhood there. Go ahead and use the rest of our secrets for this. Let's see, let's equip all the items they can give us. This gives us negative veils, but positive mirrors means an overall net 2. Let's see, all of our best officers equipped. I think they are. Not this guy, though. It should be... This is the chief engineer. It should be this guy, right? 651. Yeah, that's 12 versus 13. Wait, 12 versus 13. Because technically she's got more stats. Mirrors pages, hearts pages. 6693. 95. Yeah, I think this is our best complement of officers. And none of these items have more stats than what we currently have equipped. Wish we could equip this thing. We cannot. Alright, let's enter, well first let's get we have to get our terror down anyway, don't we? No, we can do it right now. Can't put Bloomingdons here. Should not enter Frostbound without a good reason. We have the Judgment's eggs. We lost our sunlight-filled mirror catch box, though. I know this is lame, but just because, like, I'm a wuss. I'm gonna back up my save file. I don't think he's gonna cut me, but, probably shouldn't do that, one of the squares advises. So we already went through all these dialogue options. Okay, so you have to... So you lose terror when you fail these challenges, and you gain terror when you succeed. So we gained 5 terror when we succeeded. So now we're in the Amethyst Chamber. Modest challenge. So we failed this one and we lost a terror. But when you succeed, you gain 10 terror. You go on to the next one. Another one of the same ones. Succeeded. Gaining terror is good when you're in here. The last time we were here, we had to like sacrifice a bunch of hearts. But I mean, we had like 30 to 50. Our sets were like in the 30 to 50 range the first time we came here. Except for iron, and I think pages were a little higher. Anyways, we'll go ahead and try this. We tried this like 5 times when it was like 20%. We tried like 10 times when it was like 20%, and we never got it. We succeeded the first time here. Crazy. 33% chance. This one we might just have to do the sacrifice option. 33. I mean, it's not 0. Failed. Lost 1 terror. Failed. We have 15 more fragments. Okay. Oh, we succeeded. Nice. So this is 34%. How much terror are we at? 76. We could sacrifice 1 point of pages. And we have 115 pages. Not like... We could try this one time. We could try it a couple times. What's the percent chance? 34%? Okay, we succeeded. Enter the iridescence. A softer, pearlier mirror fog glows from this corridor. Is it Frostfound's pearl with dark inclusion? Okay, so we... Okay, so you have to have a searing enigma. So we can know yourself, or you can wrestle yourself. So sacrifice 1 point of each skill and increase your wounds. Why would you do that option? Let's look at my notes on Frostfound here. Okay, so I don't have any notes about what this option is. I guess we'll just try this. Know yourself. You have brought burning knowledge across the sea. Well, we certainly have done that. Use it now to unveil your shadow reflection in the fog. You. What crimes have you forgotten? What shames do you bear? Or is cowardice your sin? Are you hypocrite enough to believe yourself flawless? Or do you glory in your crimes? The fog eddies away, and there your reflection stands with all its scars and stains and deformities. Take a long, long look until you see yourself fade back into the fog, leaving only that exalted terror. You gained 5 terror, you are now 100, crazed. Enter the dark room. Nothing is visible. Sacred ground. So this is one of the other endings, I think. But yeah, you have to go west, east, north. We did this south thing just to see what would happen. But you need a dread surmise. And again, we already used the only dread surmise I could figure out how to get to write our Song of the Z. So we couldn't do that. So we can fumble in the darkness. This is possible only once. Here's the mirror catch box option I was talking about. So dramatically reach an explosion in the dark room. We can also have a judgment's egg. Light it from the darkness. If you are done with the darkness, this will preserve you. So you turn to 0 and expel you from the room. If we had 100 mirrors, which we don't, and the page from the game, we already got a star shell somewhere else though. You were defiant. What? It's only some imaginary god's lair. Leave and live. Turn to the floors of Frostfound. Fumble in the darkness. This is only possible once. Almost silenced, soft breath, the crushing pressure of the once-lived experience, as at the core of a star corpse. Frostfound's lightless heart. Traveler returning. You have been here before. You wrote your name. You wrote it in your blood, which is fire. I'll have to try this sometime. But again, I can't do it on this playthrough because I don't have the Dread Surmise. Fumble in the darkness. Was it only curiosity that brought you this far? Perhaps you can salvage something at least. Unlocked when Doom Frostfound's core is. Okay, I guess we'll try this. Need. Your hand closes on a memory. Long ago a traveler went east, seeking something that could not be found in the black and starry kingdom of the high wilderness, nor in the irigo temptations of the nadir. Not in the glow of the forge, nor the crushing silence of the undersea deeps. Not in the shapeling citadels, not in the light of the south, not of the sundered sea. The traveler went east. Others may follow. I think that's what this other option's about. This go high, rise high and go east option. Others may follow. I think it's related to this character as well. You have found something the traveler tried to forget. The naked need. The traveler won't be pleased. Salt curse lies upon you. Gain another searing enigma, and we have despoiled a sacred place. And gained a mirror. Okay, so this is like a shrine to salt. This place is related to salt. We did gain a mirror. Okay. Well, we don't have this option, so I will be using one of our judgment eggs, I suppose. Man, we really don't have any other options. Good thing we brought these judgment eggs. Light overcomes darkness. If you are done with the darkness, this will preserve you. Yeah, we got the star shell some other way. I don't remember how. Anyways, we never even had 100 mirrors. I don't know why you would want to return to the corridors of Frostfound. Or if you're even allowed to. The crushing pressure of once lived experience as at the core of a star corpse. Frostfound's lightless heart. Just kind of absorbing all the information here. Trying to remember what is here for next time. I mean, I have these in my notes about this this thing you can do here. The traveler returning. I think this is an ending. I should probably put it up in the ending section. Maybe this is how you convince the Emperor to let you take the Zeppelin. Maybe you have to do this first. And then once you have like this information, you can convince him. That could be it actually. Because yeah, we didn't see the Monkey Emperor didn't like there was no option for him to even like get on the Zeppelin with him. Okay, let's go ahead and birth. The egg cracks, the dark withers. For a moment you see a reflection in the frost-found wall. A shining shape of many limbs, crowned with law and masked with light. A seed fragment of a greater whole. Yes, the voice you heard intones. Yes. I wanted to make a note that this gives you a... also 1x Searing Enigma. When I failed this, I got 1x Searing Enigma. Salt's Curse. And 1x Searing Enigma. I'd like to see what's a success do sometime. I mean, it was a 50% chance, so... this is just the star shot. I don't know why I have a question mark here. I mean, that is... I wonder if I did this before. You are Defiant. I've never been Defiant on any of my characters before. This actually would have been a fun character to be Defiant on. I think it would have suited his temperament, but we'll have to do some other character at some point where he's opposed to the gods from a roleplay perspective. Okay, so I did finish reading this. A shining shape of many limbs, crowned with law and maxed with light, a seed fragment of greater whole. Yes, the voice you intone. Yes. The reflection is gone and so is the egg. You are alone in an empty cell of softly glowing ice. Terror is gone, and you lost your judgment egg. Leave? Question mark? You aren't really in this chilly labyrinth, are you? You can't open your eyes any time and you'll be safe, won't you? Okay, well. We did that. Let's go to Port Cecil. And then let's head back to London and retire our character. Don't think there's anything left to do yet. We didn't get it last Salt's song. We got Salt's curse. Doom. You have entered a sacred place, Frostfound's core. We also, the scholar went mad. was trying to see what where's the gods section real fast. Salt's curse. A curse lies upon you. The curse of the nameless god of four wells. Yeah, because she's related to Salt as well, right? Yeah, because yes, her and this area are entwined some way to do with this rise high and go east thing. Not exactly sure how they're all entwined together, but wait, we no longer gain terror because we're cursed or something? Huh. Yeah, we're not gaining. Oh no, there it went up one. Never mind. I wonder what Salt's curse does. I don't think I've ever had. I might have had the God's curses before. I don't remember what they do. We didn't get any more secrets, right? I don't think we did. We can go buy secrets. I guess we could spend the rest of our money to. We don't really have much money though. Yeah, we don't really have much money. I was gonna say we could buy some secrets to try to get our stats up to 175, but yeah, we weren't that close. We really need like 20 or 30 more secrets. Alright, let's go ahead and win the match against the Principles of Coral. So who were the Principles of Coral exactly? Let me see if I can refresh my memory. On the square slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different. You see the pieces? Yeah, I think like the coral itself is the principles, the pulse of principles. The principles will be reduced, as it desires, to a mindless hump of coral. The outcast stands trembling behind the board, ready to enact the principal's moves. Its mind will be destroyed with its masters. Or you could lose the match. You are enmeshed in an alien scheme. Perhaps you mistrust it. Perhaps you pity the outcast. Whatever your motives, you will throw the match on purpose, leaving the principals trapped in consciousness, defeating the purpose of this whole quest. I should make notes of this. Whichever option I choose, I should note it so that next time I play a character, I can choose the other one. So this is the pulse of the principles. So this is like the final choice. Win the match or lose the match. So I guess we'll just try winning the match to see what happens. Move and counter move. The pieces click and hiss on the board. The victory is easy. The emissary whimpers and topples his own kin. He begins to melt like snow in a desert wind. Scintillax sloughs from the roof, gathers around you in great shining drifts. The voice of the principles washes over you like the sea, urgently chanting secrets. For every one you hear, another two are lost to the grinding of the rock, or incomprehensible to a mind that has not yet layered centuries beneath the waves. But you learn and learn. Your brain is bursting with knowledge. Now the voice of the principles falters, is gone. It subsides into happy mindfulness with a last melodious sigh. The outcast's face blinks at you from its puddle of goo, and then it too dissolves. The wakeful idol, which sat on the chessboard, now squats by your feet, eyes bright. The principles had suggested it would become more when the principles became less. It seems a little taller, somehow. We got a vigilant idol. Sits on the binnacle, feedeth the blood of Zebats. It will guide you. 21 secrets! We can't even use these secrets now because none of our officers can raise our stats. 4 lumps of blue Scintillac. We've already got rid of the alarming scholar. 12 Scintillac. We've lost the Nacreous outcast. Okay, so Nacreous outcast dies. That's one thing that happens. We get a vigilant idol. 21 secrets. 12 Scintillac. Scintillac. 1x Aposian chess piece. I thought this was one of the color things we needed for the book. I mean, maybe it is one. Maybe there's multiple pieces you can use for the colors. 4x lump of blue Scintillac. So we should have done this before we. I mean, if we cared, we should have done this before the scholar went insane. Because a lot of these things don't do anything anymore. Aposian. Okay, well, what is these things? We can sell our Aposian chess piece. Well, what does it do? I don't know. Do we have a use for it? The pulse of the principles in lay. Doesn't have an immediate use. What was the other thing that I got? The vigilant idol. Is that an item you can equip on your ship? It said you could like mount it on your prow or something. I don't see it. I'm looking for that picture of the idol. Yeah, I don't see it. Not sure. I mean, it could be one of these things. It could just have a different picture. Sometimes that happens. But, I don't see it. This was the book we wrote with all the colors. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. This is like a journal object down here, but no, I don't see it down here. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Principles end. The coral is changing. I mean, do I want to sell this? Do I have in my notes what this does? I guess let's just sell it. 100 echoes. Okay, now I know. Mine, mine! She keepers away, chanting moves, leaping diagonally. Okay. Doesn't seem worth it, but I mean, selling whatever that interesting item was. Alright, let's head back to London and retire. I don't think there's anything left to do. I mean, there's things you could do, but I mean, none of our we finished all of our officer quests. We finished our ambition. We tried a couple things that were kind of dangerous. Like we went to the final room in Frostbound. We sailed off the south of the map. Just did those kind of things for information, really. We weren't trying to end the game on those for this character doing that. I mean, we couldn't because we didn't have any more dread surmises, so there wasn't an option to do any of those other options. Yeah, in a future playthrough, I'll have to try that out again. To do it the other way, where you can go into the final room there and have all those different things that it needed, including the dread surmise. But for this playthrough, we're done. We just take one last look at our officers. I don't think any of them can even raise our... I think there's one guy who could raise our veils, I think. She can raise our veils up to 100. She'll tell you her secrets if you tell her yours. Complex knowledge. She's serious once she gets talking. There's hard edges under the bluff and banter. We could raise these a little higher, I guess, if we unequipped all our items. We can raise our mirrors up a bunch. Oh. We can raise it to exactly 100. I think it was this... I think it was one of the other guys. It was the engineer, I think, who could raise it higher. But none of this has changed, right? You know, we could let her experiment on a bun again. We have one more. Sure, why not? Nope, you were unlucky. It's no good, she says. The motive power is too diffuse with the entity. Unless you want some of this for a steal. Okay, I just want to see what happened. Give her a white molly. We already did this, didn't we? Let's see what happens. You failed. You lost the white molly. Can I try again? I want to see what happens if this succeeds. Failed again. You succeeded. Okay, so you gain 200 fragments. Okay. Operate on desires, compulsions, requirements. Something these compulsions are based on is self-delusion. That's where the molly flower might come in handy. Dull the pain of parting with a bad wish. Okay. Just curious. The other officers, just real quick. Oh, we should try this thing, I guess. A long talk for London. We're not going to be able to get to this. His problem is that he keeps choosing unworthy causes. Perhaps he can be pushed to a worthy one for once. A patriot is born. Should I take a note of this in my notes? Nah. Over a meal of Z-trout and wine, you do your best to bring him around. Is the world perfect? No. Neither Surface nor Neath will ever make that claim. Is all well in London? Hardly. He is not wrong there. However, you point out he has a better chance than most to put his unquestioned skills to use in the name of all her people. And his regrets? Well, to do something terrible for one's country is barely a matter for shame at all. He looks up. Something in his eye has gone possibly forever. You're right, of course. Perhaps I shall put about inquiries the next time we are in port. For now, though, I will return to my duties. There, at least, I know that I can serve with a measure of honor. Here, they gave me this in the shadow. It's not fitting that I keep it. May you use it better than I would. We no longer have the determined doctor. We now have the disillusioned doctor. He used to believe in things. That doesn't seem like the best option. But we weren't able to raise our stats high enough to... Did it lower his stats? 6-6? I think it did, right? In any case. We just finished talking to these other characters. This is the only guy who can raise it over the 150. I mean... Let's go to London. If nothing else, I'll spend my secrets before I retire my character. I mean, I'll raise my... Was it mirrors or veils? It was veils, I think. Pop in here. I don't think there's anything to do here. We'll just take a quick look. Nope. Nope. Alright. Head to London. Yeah, like I said, it was a really good playthrough. I enjoyed this session. I think I'll definitely remember to check this game out again. Like I said, maybe in a couple years, 1 to 2 years. I do want to try the Lady in Black mission. Maybe I'll do that as a follow-up video to this series, but like, I could probably do that in one video, maybe 2. But doing another full playthrough where I try to get one of these larger ambitions, like founding the colony in Acefall, or doing that mission in Frostbound that I had to have like stay off the map in all 4 directions, as well as a number of other things. I mean, there's a number of things you had to do for that. You'd have to like figure out how to track all those different things, and then you probably have to do the Empire of Hands thing to build the Zeppelin. It feels like those are related, but I'm not 100% sure. Because when we were in Frostbound, they were talking about some character that went off to the east. The Carnelian Exile was also talking about going to the east. This lady who is related to Frostbound, because like again she's related to the god of salt. So yeah, anyways, there's that. So there's at least 2 endings. There's the one in Acefall, and then there's that one in Frostbound that I've done. And there's the Lady in Black. Let her take you under the water with her. I've done that one. So again, I'll probably try it again at some point, but not soon. I do really enjoy this game. I hope if anyone actually watched this series, they enjoyed it as well. I know it's slow at some points, but that's the way this game is. Just have to embrace the relaxation, and the monotony in some ways. Just like sailing, I imagine. Probably a lot of boring times when you're out sailing a boat. I swear to God, I'm gonna do this option. Talk your way out of the search. I don't even have anything for them to take, but like, whatever. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, is there anything left to do? Any of these options? No. Turn in these trinkets? Sure. Can have this. I'm sure the spider's propagating in London, and nothing bad could happen from that, right? Sell one of our extraordinary applications? Sure. Sell our live specimen? Sure. We're not going to do this, I don't think. Obtain an eyeless skull. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is for. Unlocked when learning about the magician. The magician has become your viceroy. I don't want to lower my secrets because you get to pass on some amount of your stats to your next character. It's one way that like the roguelike aspect of the game works. Alright, let's sell all the stuff in our hold. Oh, we had 12 Shintalak. One extra coffee. Can't sell a red as favor assistant. We can sell... Sometimes you can pass your guns on to your next captain. So this thing sells for 0 even though I bought it for 5,000. Oof. We can sell the Serpentine. We're not... I mean, if we can pass on one engine, it's not going to be the Serpentine. I can tell you that. It's going to be the one that we currently have equipped. And we can sell this lamp. It's like whatever. Okay, I think. Oh, we can spend our last secrets here, raising our stats with this guy. Of course. This and that and this and also this, and don't ever forget that. My favorite option. I like that. I like that. I like his text. Stuff and things. This and that. Okay, we are done. We've emptied everything out of our hold that we could. We have the Memento Mori. Oh, can we sell this aft weapon? We can sell this thing real fast. This is so like minor, but whatever. Is it this thing? Yeah, it's this thing. Alright, let's go ahead and retire this character. Thanks for watching the playthrough. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I'll definitely revisit again. It makes me kind of want to play Sunless Skies one more time as well, but not anytime in the immediate future. Okay, so it's in here. There we go. Oh, we have to get rid of the rest of our heirlooms as well. I almost forgot. Pass on the rest of our captivating treasures. Don't think we got enough outlandish artifacts. Now we only have 6. We would need 4 more to create another heirloom. Or you can recreate these items again if you ever want to for some reason. Oh, because you can sell them. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because you can sell these. I've seen places where you can sell these in various places. So once you create the Song of the Z, you could then sell these things for money. Yeah, I'm just thinking, but it's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and consider retiring. We can review our options here. Victory. Retire to a life of fame. You are ready to end your life at Z before the Underzee ends it for you. If you've completed ambition, this is unambiguously a win, otherwise perhaps called a draw. Victory. Retire to a life of fame. You have written the Song of the Z, an epic and comprehensive artistic response to the black unknowns of the Neath. It will stand the test of time. Perhaps if anyone betters it, you can have them disposed of. Well, it was quite the journey. Again, thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun. And we are now a famous adventurer. We gained some more stats. Fame and fortune. You are acclaimed as the prophet of the Unterzee. Your work inspires a whole generation of new captains to risk their ships, crew, and themselves against the unknown rewards of the dark waters. Poets and scholars queue to consult you. Your secretary will juggle dinner invitations for years to come. You're at the summit of London's social order. Your crew, of course, is not. They are bit players, crowd scenes even. Perhaps you keep in touch with them, help them with loans, or comfort them when their own schemes fail. Perhaps you're content on your lonely pinnacle. This captain's career is complete. You now have a trophy, autographed copy of the Song of the Z. It's a first edition, too. A captain of your lineage wrote the definitive work of maritime literature. Choose a legacy to preserve something for your next captain. A joyous conclusion. Duncan retired November 23rd, 1893. We just read this. Yeah, so here's the 2 I put in my notes I hadn't done. Traveling Light and Manual of Miracles. Well forgotten Find One is Cruiser, and I still don't know what this is. I still didn't get a lot of indications on what this might be. This one I have a pretty good inclination of what it involves. Either Frostbound and or the Empire of Hands, Step 1. So this session we did the Book of Sharps. I hadn't had this before. I had the Horizon Codex before. I had the Dream of Red before. And I had the Adumbration of Her Heart before. Oh, I have gone to the Lady Black. Oh, never mind. Because this is what you get for being taken by Lady Black. Okay. So I guess I want to do a video of that then, because apparently I've already done it. After their captain was allegedly taken by Lady Black. Okay. Well, if I did create a new character, I would want to pass on his engine, but I guess you cannot do that. You can retain one weapon, the Memento Mori, which again I never even got to equip this entire game, this entire game, or this gun that I've had the entire game. Again, I passed this on to my previous from my previous character, so I never bought it. This is what I did in my previous character. You can pass on half your mirrors and half your money, your veils, and your one of your officers you can pass on. But half the oh, that was an officer, that vigilant idol. It was a mascot. Mirrors 4. Okay. But half the fun is doing the officer quests. And then your chart. I would never want to pass on your chart because like that's how you get all your secrets, right? I mean, like exploring the world is how you get all the secrets. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just do a mirrors and veils character next time. Like last time I passed on iron. I think I probably did iron in one of these two. I don't think I would pass on iron again. Iron just did not seem like a very useful stat. There were so many more things that involved mirrors and veils in the game than there was iron. And the weapon is like you don't even need the weapon until you have until you get that one ship. And by the time you get the ship that has the forward slot, you probably have enough money to buy, or you probably have done a lot of the missions to buy a weapon anyway. But yeah, if I ever try to play again, I'll try to do one of these two options. But yeah, again, that was a great session. Thanks for watching. I will quit the title screen, I guess. Good game.